Responsibly, B21.
Progressive knows when you're on your boat, you're already on vacation. And Vacation You forgets all your worries. Vacation You doesn't even keep track of time and knows that time is a meaningless construct designed to control us, man. But Regular You knows you don't want to be too far out in the water after the sun goes down because Vacation You doesn't know how to navigate in the dark yet. Vacation You and Regular You really need to get on the same page. So bundle your boat with your home or auto policy and earn an automatic discount from Progressive. And spend the savings on the both of you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Find what you love and love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, find what you love only at Total Wine & More. Drink responsibly, B21.
Insurance companies have teams of professionals to fight your claim. If you want to know what your case is really worth, I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7970.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 7 a.m. here on Wednesday, July 2nd. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect mostly sunny skies with a high of 93. In hour one of today's show, we'll talk some LSU football. The LSU baseball team got a new pitcher out of the transfer portal. We'll break that down as well. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Let's go, baby, let's go.
From a championship backfield to your morning drive.
Hands to Hester, and Hester,
Yep, got it. 5 out of 5.
You're locked in to Off the Bench.
Flynn is back to throw from the end zone. Boom!
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio. Here's Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
I thought he was going to mess up the yo.
Open.
That
was we were just, I don't know.
That was so lazy of a yo. Try it again.
He was just running into a seat. He had something to do.
I forgot to change the panel before the show, guys, okay?
That's why
Lonja
we should
hits
get,
the open. I look up. I'm like, that's not the right one.
We're
giving free advertising.
Digital ones, maybe.
Oh, yeah, fair.
You know?
Okay, but
they're
like,
called TVs.
The worst part
That's true.
The worst part is I changed one of them.
Yeah,
That
It's
is
not like I just forgot. No, like I changed one, just didn't
Totally
do
100% on
Hey,
you.
you haven't forgotten to set up Flynn's microphone yet.
It's true.
You used to do that to me every.
He
about
never
once a
wanted
month.
Jake
Yeah,
talking.
about randomly once a month we'd
I
start
didn't
the
talk
show.
a lot anyway.
And he would just look at me, and I'm like,
Do it.
yep, look at that.
Well, when I used to come in just for the hour, I never had a chair. I never had a microphone.
True.
And I certainly never had any headphones.
That's true.
I have to go digging through the closet in there. Things flying out of there.
Yeah.
But guess what?
That wasn't really Tay-Tay's fault.
Yeah, in fairness, we only have like 2 chairs.
Yeah.
You got
That
this
is
little
true.
one. You got this little one over here.
Well, we solved it for a while. You would stand up the whole show, and we were kind of bringing it back a little bit. But we didn't need chairs for a while.
Right.
But then all of a sudden, I go in there, and y'all were being lazy one time.
I
One
know.
Wednesday, y'all were sitting.
For like a year, we stood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All show long. We do it kind of.
We're about half and half right now.
Yeah, about halfway through. And get a little antsy. Start to see some squirrels running by. Got to stand up. Got to move the body.
We're health freaks, you know?
I do always find
I can
myself
handle.
wishing this chair, this desk was a little higher up. Because I always feel like I have to be like leaned over.
Yeah.
And I'm like hunching. And I just feel like gross.
Yeah, you don't want to hunch.
No.
Yeah.
You need to get the little button, little buzz button.
A what?
Just pops
He has
it
a
up.
standing desk, and that's what he calls
Oh, yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
need. Yeah.
it. It is a low
You got it at
desk.
Costco. I
It's a
think.
very low desk.
In a weird angle.
I guess because like at first they were accounting for Mario and Musso.
I was going to say, like, I'm
Short jokes. 7:03 a.m.
Look, we
Wednesday.
got short producers.
Shots
Like,
fired.
I'm probably average height. I'm like the second tallest producer.
as far as like males. So like when I
wasn't ready
sit
for
up
that.
though, look, this desk is waist height.
Moose catching strays. Love it.
I mean, sitting straight up, like it's at my waist.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't like how low. I've like always had an issue with how low this desk is.
Hey.
My bad.
Yeah, low man wins.
We can lift it up. We can bring some bricks or something. Set them under the ledge.
Sugar packets.
Some sugar packets. Is it shaky? Is it
yeah,
wobbly?
it's a little wobbly. No, it's actually pretty sturdy.
Sugar packets.
We do have
a cheap Mexican restaurant.
I know. We have a lot going on today with Would You Rather. We've got Rody Jones joining us as well from ESPN, and we've got Dundra.
Oh, I'm so excited about this.
Yeah. How do we want to go about?
Should people put their questions in now?
I think so. That's
so
what
I
I'm
can
saying.
kind of like
think,
plan ahead.
I think they should get the questions in now, and then that way you can throw them in the doc.
Yeah.
And then, whatever time we decide to do it, then you'll have questions, and you can kind of get a feel for how you want to answer them and what song maybe you want to play as you.
Put your Dear Dundra questions in the chat.
Yeah, do we want to kind of guide these questions? Are these supposed to be like sad life questions with like in a sporty way?
No, it could be just
questions.
life.
Right.
Or if you want sports questions, I'm more than happy to answer
right.
them. I know so much about hockey.
Yep.
So if you got hockey questions, this is the place to do it.
You got hockey answers?
All of them.
Yeah. Oh, what?
Every sport on earth, I know all of them.
Only hockey team.
Curling.
I really, know a lot about is the Shreveport Mudbugs.
Hell yeah.
Okay. All right, right on.
Sure Tyler had a team.
No, Tyler did not have a team. We had like a semi-pro baseball team that came to Tyler.
Was it a minor league team or just independent ball?
I think it was independent. It was just semi-pro.
Like a collegiate?
I think it was old. It was either people post-college that didn't make it or people that had been like in the minors that were no longer there trying to get there. I remember our FM radio station, 107.3, they were running a contest.
We've been getting a lot of shout-outs to the old radio handle there in Tyler, Texas.
So
really
at the time, I think we were middle school. It was like 4th through 5th grade, and they did
It's not middle school. It's elementary.
Yeah, that's what I meant. So what's up? They did a thing where you came and nominated a team name. So like the city chose the name of the baseball team because it was coming there, and there was a lot of cool ones, like a lot of cool ones. The Meth Gators were one of them, certainly. Laser Beams, whatever it was. But we ended up being the Tyler Wildcatters.
That is
Wait,
terrible.
Nobody picked that.
The
They lied.
Wildcatters?
They lied. Nobody
Wildcatters.
voted on that.
Wildcatters.
Is that bigger than a normal cat?
I think a Wildcatter's like a oil chaser or something like that. Prospector. An old prospector.
Okay.
Who sinks exploratory oil wells. So, go Tyler.
Well, I thought it was
pretty
going to be
intimidating.
That's more of like
the
a
Roses,
West Texas name than an East Texas name, I feel like.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
yeah.
Well, actually, East Texas, a lot of oil there, especially in the early 1900s. It was kind of like...
I mean, the show Dallas.
You remember kind of Tyler?
That's true.
Yeah.
I loved that show.
It was always known to Tyler kind of skipped the Great Depression because of the oil there at the time. Anyway, let's not get into it. Wildcatters.
Why not?
Yeah, the whole town skipped the Great Depression.
Well,
that's cool news.
Damn, they got off easy.
Yeah, they got off easy. I actually don't know that, so don't fact check.
Tyler,
I just remember saying
the town like 6 miles over, like, you softies, you didn't even have the Great Depression.
I was about to say, is Tyler soft?
Well, we used to take field trips in elementary school to Kilgore, Texas, and they had like the East Texas like oil museum. Yeah, Kilgore Junior College.
The old joke. George Bush's favorite city.
Well, like
I don't know if we should say that on there, but it's George Bush's favorite city. That was the old joke.
That was a joke.
That was like the middle school joke in 2000.
Yeah, when they had the recount.
What's George W. Bush's favorite city in Texas?
Oof.
Yeah, I know. Not cool. Not cool, George.
Whoa.
I mean,
did you oof us?
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't really care.
Joke?
It's not even a bad joke.
That's a good joke.
It's not even bad.
Beat him in the election.
It's a good joke out here.
No, it's not even like a bad. You can't take that. But he didn't really actually kill Al Gore.
Yeah, and he didn't say that.
Yeah.
He just said, "Watch his drive."
Now watch his drive.
Weapons of mass destruction. Now watch his drive.
What a guy.
What a guy.
What a president.
What a guy. Great guy. Hey, I'm proud of you for doing your film study, by the way.
I know.
I'm still doing it.
I know. We're not going to get fully into it.
Those were some really late text messages in the.
Well, look, I
woke up and was like, "Whoa,
oh,
what happened last night?"
I'm burning the candle, guys.
That's funny. The youngest on set was asleep, and the old guys up there chopping it
Y'all
up.
know I sleep real early.
Oh, you did like go work out at like 4:30 yesterday or something, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was up late, studying film, just crunching film on Cade Klubnik for absolutely no reason. I mean, I don't have a dog in the fight. I'm not game planning for him. Just coming here to give you all a little 4-minute breakdown tomorrow.
That's your dog in the fight.
4 minutes.
Is you doing your job and breaking down Cade Klubnik tomorrow.
That's kind of like I like watching film and I like watching football. So like when I start watching it, that's probably going to be my thing. Like if I'm breaking down a team to give a breakdown on the show or a player, I'll probably watch like 12 hours of film for an 8-minute segment.
Yeah, we probably need to get you a clicker.
Definitely need to give me a clicker. Definitely have to have good internet for that website. It's a pretty robust website.
Well, if you weren't watching card breaks while you were watching the tape.
I was watching card breaks on my phone. Okay.
Were you on Wi-Fi?
Yeah, buddy.
Exactly. You're taking some of it if you would just give it all the bandwidth to the internet.
Actually, I got a new modem the other day because our modem that we've had for like 5 years, like fried, just died. So I went and got a new one. Sucker is humming.
Doesn't sound like it.
Oh, well, I came in this morning. I was watching film this morning in the studio. It was better at my house than here at the studio.
Well, I can tell you that. For being a media company. The old internet.
Can we get some fiber over here?
I think, Tay, is that what y'all have over there?
Man,
Fiber?
look, we got whatever internet everybody else got. I don't know what we have over here.
Okay, well, it spins a lot over here.
I doubt this is fiber, just because like it kind of goes out a lot.
Yeah, it's like
fiber is
like
supposed
a
to be
ratty
strong.
Well, and like
right.
this goes out because of like
it's not strong,
like weather and all that, and like the wind and like fiber's in the ground.
Yeah,
so I doubt this is fiber.
I got a feeling the wire here coming from the road or wherever it comes from is just like laid on the.
It is.
On the
It lays
it's
across
got
the
like
road.
duct tape on it.
It's a no.
So
You know what
you
it
can
is?
walk over it.
It's fiber. They never buried the line.
They didn't bury it. It's just
laying
sitting
on
there. They put tape on it. They forgot about it. Some parts it's exposed a little bit, so don't touch it. And when like someone
Especially if it's
drives
been
over
raining.
it, that's when the internet goes out. When someone drives over it in the parking lot.
All right, let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll get this thing started.
Off the bench.
All right, go to trashrangers.com. Trashrangers.com is the website, and if it's trash day for you, hopefully you didn't forget. But if you're a part of Trash Rangers, they don't let you forget. They send you a text reminder. Hey, my guy, go put out your trash. Nobody wants to sleep on the couch, so just go do it. TrashRangers.com is also the place where you can sign up for residential and commercial service right there on the bottom portion of the website. We tell you about the roll-off dumpsters every single day as well. 3 different sizes to choose from. Give them a call today to make sure you have the right size on your project.
Yeah, trashrangers.com. Call them today. Take the stress out of a big project, whether at work, at your house. Maybe you're moving and have to clean it out. A couple weeks ago, we were cleaning out our garage. A lot of trash. Give them a call. They can actually tell you what size roll-off dumpster you need. They'll drop it off, pick it up whenever you need it. Hassle-free, reliable, trashrangers.com.
Extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
To the airwaves, it's Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
In a few weeks, I will get time to realize it's right before my eyes, and I can take it if it's what I want to do.
All right, welcome back in. OTB 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge here on this Wednesday morning. Let's go ahead and get this thing started.
It's time to get glowing, courtesy of GoFlow IV Spa, where hydration, vitamins, and a summer-ready glow are always on tap. Now, for starters.
All right, go to GoFlowIV.com. GoFlowIV.com is the website. You can visit GoFlow IV Spa on Facebook. You can go see them right on Jefferson near Bocage. You see behind me, 225-953-8150 is the number. Book your appointment today.
If you've never done like an IV treatment, like if you're a little nervous about it, I promise you, go do it one time and see the difference. It's like immediate relief for whatever like a symptoms would be, low energy, hangover, whatever it is. Like, just go do it. Go try it. I know it can be a little nerve-wracking, but go talk to him today. It's an awesome experience, awesome atmosphere. GoFlowIV.com.
All right, so I'm going to kind of combine a couple of the segments together here that are in the doc. And Taylor, you did a good job of putting at 8 a.m., if you'll see there, the LSU Freak of the Week is Chris Hilton Jr. Now, Freak of the Week is somebody that in the weight room, out there on the field, doing the drills, has caught the eye of the strength staff. It's crazy. Me and Flynn never won the Freak of the Week. Demand a recount.
Oh, no.
But
Not
Chris,
officially.
Not officially. We're not even on like the wall that they used to have back there. But Chris Hilton Jr. is, and as we know, Chris Hilton Jr. is somebody that certainly LSU fans were excited about. He gets hurt during training camp. It was a long road back to the field. Once he got back to the field, you saw the rust. But at the end of the year, he was thriving, and he was that target, that deep threat that Garrett Nussmeier had been waiting on. Had a great game against Oklahoma, did great in the bowl game. So there's Chris Hilton Jr. Well, over on ESPN.com, and here's where we combine some of the segments, they, for every top 25 team, kind of highlighted somebody that is going to be a sleeper for that team. Well, theirs is receiver Barian Brown. So you start to look at some of the things surrounding these targets for Garrett Nussmeier, some of the preseason hype, and those are, two guys that weren't the leading receiver. The leading receiver was actually Aaron Anderson, who's also back on this team. You get Nick Anderson to transfer from Oklahoma. You get 2 new tight ends to come in to this offense. And so when you start to look around, and by the way, Barian Brown and Chris Hilton Jr., the NCAA video game, the ratings got released. they are two of the fastest 10 people on the game. They're both top 10.
Two of the fastest 10?
Yeah. Overall, regardless of position, those two guys are top 10. So you got some real burners. You got a little bit of everything. Nick Anderson has the size. Aaron Anderson thrived in the slot. Trey'Dez Green's going to kind of be all over the place. He'll be like a true F. Probably not lining up a lot as a Y, but he's going to be a true F. He's going to kind of move around. Think like Antonio Gates, Travis Kelce, that kind of role. I think the weapons are better this year for Garrett Nussmeier than they were a year ago.
Yeah, the offense, we said it the other day, the offense that LSU is going to be able to put there week in, week out in 2025 has the potential. Now, barring it's got to have some fortune. You got to stay healthy. You got to do all the things, right? You got to do all the things you have to do anytime you want to make a run. But they're going to have the opportunity to have a squad that anytime they touch the ball, LSU fans are going to feel pretty comfortable that we got a shot to go down and score at least 3. Now, we had this with Jaden Daniels in his senior year. Hey, it doesn't matter what the time of the game it was. It doesn't matter what yard line it was on, what the situation was. We were all really, really confident that Jaden Daniels and that offense was going to cook, and they were going to go down there.
You were shocked if they didn't score a touchdown.
You really were, and it was because we kept seeing it. And they, even at the beginning, middle of the year, we're like, all right, man, there's no way this is going to happen. There's no way they can score 6 times in a row, right? And they just kept doing it and doing it, no matter what the situation was. So we have a chance because of the talent, because of the experience that we have at quarterback. It's such an important thing. So year 1 to year 2 for Garrett Nussmeier as a full-time starter is going to be a big jump in a positive way. Now, there are things that he did last year that you can't really improve on because he was making NFL throws, NFL reads, but there was lulls during the season. We saw it in the second half versus Texas A&M. We see it. We see little mistakes here and there. Those things will get cleaned up. Now, everything's not going to be perfect all the time. No one can expect that in any situation or any sport. But there is that jump from year 1 to year 2 is going to be exponential, I believe, from the little things from the quarterback position. So from the timing, his pre-snap reads, post-snap reads, how he gets the ball out, his rhythm, his comfortability reading over the middle, getting from first read, second read, third read. And just like you described, that first read, second read, third read are all dudes.
Yeah.
You just said it. 2 guys that are in the top 10 in speed in, a video game, but that's based on real life statistics, right? Yeah. Aaron Anderson.
That's your leading receiver, yeah.
Leading receiver,
61
slot receiver,
catches last
shifty,
year.
A trustworthy guy. And this seems like we're putting together a wide receiver core that not only understands what to do in the offense, but they understand the why of what they're doing. Not only okay, I have a backside 12 to 14 yard in route. Okay, great. I know how to run that route. I do it every day in 7-on-7. I do it every day routes on air. But they understand why. Why is that route added to as a backside tag to a 3x1 all go special with a hinge on the outside? Why is it added to that? What is the timing of that route? Okay, it's cover 3. I know right now, based on cover 3, I'm the third read. So do I need to run a 4-2-9 to get to my spot? No, I don't need to do it because I'm going to get past the hole before the quarterback's ready to come to me. So they and that's what you get with experience. That's what you get with a experienced quarterback, but experienced wide receiver group and an offense that has been doing it at a high level for multiple years.
So, as we mentioned, Aaron Anderson coming back, 61 catches, 884 yards, over 14 yards per catch, and had 5 scores. Now, you lose a couple of guys to graduation. C.J. Daniels goes to Miami, so he moves on there. But, again, you're replacing them with Varian Brown, and you got Nick Anderson coming in. But also, Chris Hilton Jr. last year, I know how many catches he had. Look, we talked a lot about him on the show. It was 9 catches, but he averaged 27 yards per catch. And in those 9 catches, he had 3 touchdowns. At the end of the year, defensive backs were terrified that he was going to run past them, and for good reason, because he did, right? You finally started to see that connection. If that connection can continue to grow, right? We hadn't even talked about Xavier Thomas yet, he's kind of a jack of all trades. I think you're going to see him line up kind of everywhere. I mean, hell, he ran counter like 3 times last year from the running back position. So I think Chris Hilton Jr., though, is going to be massive for how far this team goes.
Yeah, you need a guy that can take the top off, right? You have to have that. You have to have a deep threat, a speed threat. But I think he's so much more than that.
Yeah.
I think he's a crisp route runner. I think he does all the things well that you need him to do on the outside. And yeah, you saw him when he came back from injury last year. Yeah, we had some missed time jumps and little things that it's like, I mean, hell, this dude has been out for a long time. He's getting thrown in there, and yeah, there's going to be some missteps, but that got cleaned up real fast. And so, man, it's a lot to look forward to. Chris Hilton's going to be a huge part of it. Looking forward to him staying healthy and getting on the field and kind of looking for a lot of these guys to take over, man. There's going to be this has like the potential. This has the feeling of an offense that, you know, I'm going to do like comparisons from my experience, right? So like when we were in Green Bay and we had wide receiver core with Greg Jennings, James Jones, Donald Driver, Jordy Nelson, Jermichael Finley at tight end. Like we had some like this, it was spread out evenly. Like everyone had a different skill set. And I feel like that's like this with this LSU team. Everybody, we very talented across the board, different skill sets. But like when we were in Green Bay, it was like, okay, well, this week it was James Jones's day. He had 170.
Right.
Oh, next week, all right, it was Jordy. Caught 3 touchdowns in 220. The next day, next game, Greg Jennings. Like you just never knew. You didn't have just that one dude everybody had a key on, like Calvin Johnson with the Lions, that we always had a key on that guy. Right. You don't. This is a kind of a luxury, an embarrassment of riches, I guess, from a talent standpoint, because they can't just say, all right, we're going to double this guy and zone everybody else. So.
What would you like to see them do with Trey'Dez Green? Now, he's obviously going to fully move back to tight end. Last year, a little back and forth between tight end and receiver. I mean, last year he had 13 catches, but of those 13 catches, 4 went for touchdowns.
That's decent.
Yeah.
Pretty good little percentage there.
Look, he is going to be a unique part of an offense because he's not going to be a hand in the dirt wide tight end. He's not going to always just live in the slot. Like, he's going to have to do some things in the run game as well, because, like, the last thing that you want to do is fall into tendencies. Okay, man, hey, when Trey'Dez is lined up here, they're not running the football.
Right.
You got to be able to run the football. You got to be able to do the things that we're talking about. And you are an X factor in the pass game, and you brought in 2 other tight ends to help you out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the tight end position has changed so much. Like, there are very few just old school traditional tight ends that are gonna. I mean, you have like your George Kittles that can do both, be explosive in the pass game, but also knock your block off in the running game. You have very few of that. So, were we talking about tight ends last week? And we were talking about Travis Kelce as well. Like,
yeah.
He's just a glorified like big wide receiver, right? He does blocking and he can get it done. But how they use him, a lot of shifts, motions, a lot of bluff blocks. Like, you fake the block, go to the flat, fake the block, run a drag right across the middle, whatever it is. Like, if you do it that way, then you can make a guy that's not such a natural, like, hard-nosed blocker. You can make him a successful blocker, because if a defensive end never knows if he's actually blocking or he's bluffing and going around him, you keep him off balance a little bit. But you especially in college football.
We would do that stuff too, where, all right, you got, this grown man rusher on the edge. Well, at fullback, I would run right at him, and then the last minute, I would, kind of duck outside and then go to the next level, and then here comes somebody to wipe him out, right? Here comes maybe a backside tight end, and maybe it looks like a two-puller kind of look. It's because the tight end, you're trying to help him out as much as you can. You're trying to slow the edge rusher down so he can just kind of clean him up on your way to the second level. Like, there's ways, and I don't want to say to hide it, but there's ways to hide it.
Like, you look for any advantage you can. And that's what good offensive coordinators do, is they tailor the offense around your skill set, right? So, like I said, there's not many. I'm going to line up in front of you. I'm going to put my face mask in your face mask, and I can block anybody. Well, we used to have some tight ends, too. Like, who was it? In Seattle, we had a guy, Zach Miller.
Yeah.
Arizona State.
Yeah.
Zach Miller, is that right? Oh my God. Like that dude would block your face off. Like he could pass block almost better than our offensive tackles.
Yeah.
Like that dude, you just don't see that a lot in this day and age, in this type of game. And frankly, that position wouldn't fit in the offense right now. So, they can utilize him. Obviously, touchdown threat, red zone threat, but utilize him just like you do like Travis Kelce in Kansas City, a glorified big wide receiver, creates matchup problems, especially if you can, with personnel, with formation, with motions, if you can get him matched up on a smaller DB too. That's the job of Joe Sloan. How can I create advantageous matchups for my personnel, for my strengths, for my tall guys, for my big guys, for my fast guys?
Also, I think, look, you got to be able to run the football, and you got to be able to do that to take some pressure off of your passing game. Last year, the offensive line, we talked about it, they were elite in pass protection. They were. I mean, you looked at some of the pockets, and outside of maybe one game, they did a really nice job of protecting Garrett Nussmeier, giving him the opportunity to step up in the pocket. It has to go up in the run game. And look, you had 4 offensive linemen drafted off that offensive line last year. So a very talented group. They got to figure it out. Whatever it is, schematically, the running backs being able to read it, just a lot of and look, Caden Durham was a freshman, had a hell of a freshman year. He was banged up most of the year. I believe it was he had a broken toe or 2 toes or something crazy like that, and he still went out there and played at a really high level. Mm-hmm. But that part of it has to go up because you got to take some pressure off the passing game to not have to go out there and feel like they got to do it through the air. And again, Caden Durham was good last year, 753 yards, over 5 yards, almost 5.5 per carry, had an 86-yarder, 6 touchdowns. Josh Williams was kind of Mr. Consistent. He came in. He gave you 482 yards on the ground as well. But it was you got to be able to dictate the pace of the game sometimes, impose your will on the defense and say, no, we're running the football, and there's nothing you can do about it. They didn't have that last year.
Yeah, that was the most frustrating part of the season last year, watching just from home or the stands, wherever we were watching. It was, I get it. In this with our offense, with our skill set that we have, we're going to throw the ball. It's going to be a throw first situation. That's what we're going to when the back's against the wall. That's what we're going to lean to, and then we're going to throw you off balance with some running game here and there. But the frustrating part for all of us was when we had to run, when we got in 3rd and short, and lots of 4th and shorts, and we had to run. When you told the defense, I know we're running, you know we're running, let's just see who wins. We didn't win. We just didn't do it. Yeah. And so you can say, you can call it a lot of things. You can call the running, the woes in the running game, lack of creativity. We need to add this and that. And we can get into those X's and O's about what we feel like they should do in the running game from a schematic standpoint. But at the end of the day, when it's 4th and 1, there's an attitude that's involved. You have to, the offensive linemen have to be taught they have to get the first down with their body if they want any chance of the running back getting the first down. That's what we used to always teach in the goal line. That's what all of our coaches, whether it was Jimbo, Coach Stud, Les, Croton, whatever it was telling the offensive linemen if it's 3rd and 1, 4th and 1 on the goal, you have to score. You have to score, finish in the end zone if you want any chance. And it just was very disappointing last year from that standpoint. I don't know if it was just the physical matchup. Maybe, obviously the offensive line, they were more talented at pass blocking, and that's why they got a bunch of them playing in the next level, because that's what NFL linemen, they'd always used to come to me and be like, I don't really care about run blocking. That's run block for show, pass block for dough, buddy. They didn't bring me here. They didn't draft me in the 1st round to come here and run block.
Y'all are all turds.
Sorry,
leaving us out there on an island to do it all by ourselves.
But we got to get better. This year, we got to be better running the ball, whether it's 3rd and short, 4th and short, or just 1st and 10. We have to be able to threaten. If we can't threaten, because play action is such a big part of this offense, and it needs to be if we want to be able to make the run we want to.
Last year, real quick, before we take a break. LSU ran the football 346 times. 49 were outside zone. That's 14%. Inside zone, 161 of the 346. So about half the time, 47%, when you were running the football, it was inside zone. You ran only 8 powers all year long. 2% of your runs. Now, you did run counter a bunch. 22% of your runs came from counters, which you ran 77 times.
And I'm basing all this on memory of watching the game last year, watching all the games last year, probably with a few pops in me at the time too. But I feel like a lot of, you said 47% on inside zone.
Yep.
On our running plays. I would say the first half of that game, or first half of the season, it was probably like 75, 80%.
Yep.
Now they started sprinkling in some new schemes later on in the season.
You saw the counter. I mentioned that was one of your bigger runs.
But it was more towards the end of the year, right?
Yep.
Beginning of the season, it was inside, outside, inside, outside.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It was that kind of deal. And that's the difficult part about going fast as an offense and running muddle huddles or no huddles, and just the new day and age in football is there's not that many schemes you can get to. Like that's what we used to always say on offense. Like if we go fast, the defense doesn't have a time or a chance to like get into these intricate like walk around defenses. They don't have a lot. They can't, bluff you a lot. They have to run pretty much base. But it also affects you because you kind of have to run base. But you see teams doing it all the time. They're running counters, they're running powers, they're running ISOs, they're running different things in that situation. So I'm sure it's been a point of emphasis. It has to be.
Yep.
Like they can't sit there and look at the film last year and say, "Yep, let's rinse and repeat that, baby."
What was y'all's code word for counter? You talking about like muddle huddle?
That's a good question. I don't know.
For us, Liddell. For Chuck Liddell was left.
All right.
Shamrock for Ken Shamrock was right.
I like that.
Because it's counter punchers.
I had to learn a lot of offenses, buddy. I can't remember.
All right.
All of them. I don't remember the run plays either. The run plays stink.
I knew that was coming as well. All right, we will take a break. More OTB when we come back.
Off the bench.
Sure don't hate those running plays when they score.
I do, because I want to score.
Pelican Roofing on the OTB squad. PelicanRoof.com is the website. Get that instant roof quote right there on the homepage of the website. It's going to pull up, type in your address, home business, gives you an outline of your roof and a great idea of what it would cost right there on the site. See the 5-star reviews on the homepage of PelicanRoof.com. So many 5-star reviews. Yelp, Facebook, Google. The internet hates everything. They love Pelican Roofing. Go check out those financing options as well, PelicanRoof.com.
Yeah, the internet does love Pelican Roofing, and for good reason, too. Quality work. Customer service is second to absolutely nobody. And, yeah, we get it. Roof is a big deal. You might be a little bit nervous about calling and having to go through that. But give them a call. 0% financing for up to 21 months for qualified buyers. Check them out today in Lafayette, in Baton Rouge, PelicanRoof.com.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Tigers turn talkers. This is Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back in. OTB 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Waiting on that list for SEC Media Day for players. We got the Big Ten and the Big 12 over the last couple of days. So for the Big 12, some teams are sending 3, some are sending 5. There's one I think that's sending
5.
There's one that's sending like 7, I think. Nobody is like sending the same amount. Now for the Big Ten, it's the normal 3, but Colorado is sending their kicker,
sure,
and also 2 quarterbacks.
Why not? Why not?
Including one of them being a true freshman.
It's a great experience for that young man.
What?
What are we doing?
What are we doing? You got to send 2 quarter. I mean, you got a quarterback coming over from Liberty that fully expects to be the guy. It's not something we're like, well, we just want him to go get some experience, be around some of those guys, because it's supposed to be like an honor to be able to, like, if you were the quarterback and they sent the true freshman quarterback with you, wouldn't you be like, hold up, wait a minute?
I don't know. It's a good question. So I was a fifth-year senior, and I didn't even get invited. Did you go?
I was getting married. You were with me.
Oh, yeah. During SEC Media Day?
Yep.
I know.
It's when you were asking, am I an usher or groomsman in this deal? After the groomsman
there's no
bachelor party.
There's no dumb questions out there, buddy.
Who I think early.
Definitely Glenn.
Definitely Glenn. Who else would have gone if we didn't go?
Wait, I don't know what year y'all are talking about, but didn't T-Bob go?
Long time ago.
Well, T-Bob was a freshman for us.
T-Bob went back in 11.
He was a little S-bird freshman at the time.
07. I'm going to guess guys who were on the team for a while that year. Travis Jackson?
I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah.
I'm trying to look it up, but I just don't know that.
To your point, it is weird that you would say a true freshman, considering that like we were indoctrinated to Nick Saban having a rule that freshmen can't ever talk to the media for a full year.
You weren't even allowed to. Like, you could have the best game in the world. You could be the reason that your team won.
I think
freshmen couldn't talk the entire year.
Didn't they make the exception for Justin Vincent?
But he was even different. You mentioned it yesterday because JV gray shirted.
Right.
So it wasn't his first year on campus. And if you don't know what gray shirted like really means, it's a deal that Saban used to do, and different reasons for different people, but you can kind of hide and get an extra scholarship in there if you gray shirt.
I mean, it's just
someone.
Just like shifting things around.
Yeah, just like he
It's
liked
like maneuvering salary caps
he
for
liked the
you.
medical people a
Yeah,
lot as well.
sure.
It's like, hey, you weren't as good as we thought you were going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Your toe's kind of hurting right now. I just don't know if football is the thing for you. But if we medical you, you can still stay on scholarship. You just can't really come around here anymore.
Don't let the door hit you.
Yeah, you can still go eat at the Pentagon. We'll stay. We'll pay for your West Campus apartment, but you stay on scholarship, but we get that scholarship back to be able to give to someone.
Smart. Yeah, I think so. The gray shirt was,
Trenton Holiday gray shirted.
Right.
He was my class and didn't end up till the next one.
Yeah, wasn't it? If you report to school.
You still go to school, yes.
Okay, you still go to school.
You just can't be around the football team.
Yeah.
You can't do any team activities. You got to work out on your own. I really don't even think you could come in the building. But again, it was a way. So Trenton was my signing class, and for whatever reason, they decided to gray shirt you. Well, then you get to use that scholarship for that football season on someone else, even though you're still tied in with the school as well. If there was a way to get an extra scholarship, that staff was going to do it.
Where are you going to find it?
I remember, I kind of got hurt when I first got here, a month, 2 months in. We were doing the ladder drill, and I hit my toe on that metal ladder that we used to use, and it was just broke my a bone in my, I think probably my big toe, right? And so I was out there hobbling a little bit. I was just trying to figure it out. I remember Saban being like, "Hey, if you can't get this deal figured out in the next 2 weeks, we might have to gray shirt you." I'm like, shoot it up, do whatever you got to do.
Cut it off.
I am not about to gray
Dude,
shirt.
I haven't thought about those metal ladders in a long time.
Yeah.
We used to bust out those metal, and you're running on them with cleats on. Back in the day, you had different cleats. So you had some cleats that were pretty slick. And if you hit one of those, usually a speed ladder, if everybody, I'm just assuming most listeners know what it is. It's like
now you
it's like a rope ladder.
Yeah, you
it's
throw
like
it
little
down.
squares. It's like a quick foot drill, foot accuracy, foot speed, whatever. But these were metal, and if you hit the side of them, your foot was coming out from under you. You were stubbing a toe. You were breaking a toe. You were slipping with a cleat on it. But just all to make us better football players, really. Mentally tough.
I'll never forget the day, and we tell this story often, but when it was hotter than hot in Baton Rouge, like it often is in the summertime, you could see the heat rising if you're on the ground. So we're stretching, we're on the ground. I mean, just miserably hot. And when Saban's walking up, and you had the oil refinery in the background.
That was my first experience. It was awful.
And
you had the fire.
The flames going over Coach Saban's head as he walks towards you to whisper sweet nothings to you.
Yeah, it was my first training camp, and I was laying on the ground stretching, probably second week of training camp. Everyone's miserable. We had just taken the prison buses over. Sitting there on the ground stretching. I don't know what it was. It was, stretching your quads, hamstrings, whatever it was. And I look up, and Saban's just strutting towards us. And how it gets hot, it's just wavy, just wavy. And I see Saban come walking through the waves, and that oil refinery back there is blowing fire right over his head. And I'm like, oh, God, this is the devil. This is him. I don't think that anymore. But that day, at that moment,
at that time.
on that, yep, because you are in hell.
Yeah.
So if there's a hell, there's a devil.
And on that note, we'll take our last break of hour number 1. We got Dear Alondra coming up in hour number 2. Alondra, I think we should do it at 8 a.m.
Just right out the gates.
I think
Are you
8
ready?
a.m. right out of the
I'm ready.
gates.
There's a couple of questions.
We'll do
but-
would you? Okay.
Can we confirm, is it Dear Alondra or is it Delandra?
Or which one do we?
I don't
Because
know. I
we were
Delandra.
we did do the
We
music
did,
yesterday. And it
We need to play, because
You can-
Jake,
you
I
can
don't know if
still
y'all know
do-
this, but Jake and I have really good singing.
I
Like,
mean,
really,
I was
really good.
shocked.
Yeah.
I was shocked by how good it was.
Some
But
call
Dear
us the
Delandra.
talent of our
It's
generation.
got to sound, I think it's got to be Dear Delandra, because it
Dear
sounds like
Delandra.
Delilah.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Delilah.
Dear
Hey, look.
Delandra.
Okay.
Good with it.
Get your questions in. We could look if you don't get them
Life
in, we can move it.
advice.
We can move it to
Yeah.
8:30.
Yeah.
Just depending on you,
Oh,
listener.
don't enter
Come on,
like
listener.
dumb questions. Okay, make them good.
Yeah, if you're trying to get real advice from Delandra.
I mean, I give good advice, like, for real.
I know.
For real.
That's why it's a segment. Also, Would You Rather? We've got coming up in hour 2. We've got Rody Jones. Stay locked in here to OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, we are very excited to welcome on Russell Pool Company to Team OTB. The website, russellpools.com. The phone number, 225-924-2527. Give them a call. Tell them what you're looking to do. Now, we say it all the time because it is factual. They are a one-stop shop, so construction of a new pool. If you're looking for someone new to do your maintenance, if you're looking for something to add to your pool, they also retail. Construction, maintenance, retail, they've got you covered. Let them build the pool of your dreams.
Picture this. 4th of July, you're sitting, chilling in a hot tub with your soulmate, watching fireworks just blasting in the air, celebrating America's birthday. Russell Pools can make that dream come true. Chris Sanderson, new ownership over there, is a landscape architect. They can take your dream to a reality from turnkey, everything from a thought to a design to a build. RussellPools.com.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
When it comes to industrial construction, River Parish Contractors can do it all. Mechanical, structural, custom fabrication, specialized welding and turnaround services. Strategically located in between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, we have the local team with the experience and commitment to safety to manage the most complex industrial projects. Period. Here's the deal. Partnering with us means your project is delivered on time, on budget, and most important, safely. River Parish Contractors, let's get building.
You gotta believe in the dream. Believe. You gotta believe in the dream. Believe. You gotta believe. Whole team on wild.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
...2007 champs, purple and gold to the core. This is Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn. Baton Rouge's go-to for all things Louisiana sports.
Does your brain hurt when you have to dig deep like that?
No. I'm really, really smart.
What's the big music festival? I think it's going on right now. It's in England. I just went.
Oh, Glastonbury?
Yes.
Yeah.
this
Glastonbury?
I think it's what
That's
it's called.
like
Glastonbury or something like that.
We're thinking about the same thing.
Yeah.
Like this song, like songs like this remind me that the scenes of that are electric.
They're crazy.
Electric.
I sent y'all the one of.
You think Gordy will put us on a remote there?
I mean, can My High pay for a trip to Glastonbury?
You can write it off.
I'll get
Write it off.
I'll tell you what, My High can sponsor the per diem, $23 a day.
That didn't really get us very far.
Yeah.
Well,
We're asking.
That's what they used to give us when we played at LSU.
Do you want My High to be just here in the States, or do you want it to be
national?
global?
Yeah.
Worldwide.
They're already national. We want to be global.
Oh yeah, true.
How are we going to be global if we don't go boots on the ground across the pond?
Yeah.
Glastonbury is a word that I would have thought you just made up.
Yeah.
For sure. It sounds like a made-up word, but y'all both knew it, which is surprising to me.
Yeah, I never heard of this.
I sent y'all the video of the Verb doing Bittersweet Symphony.
We are very much.
When did they do that?
Music people.
Yeah, we are music people.
They can still play that?
That was a while. The video.
You mean they can still play?
They got sued like a long time ago for a lot of money for plagiarism.
Wait, who did?
Who'd they
The
steal
Verb?
it from?
Verb.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
They got sued like a long time ago. Lots
didn't
of
know
money.
that.
Yeah, they stole that whole song. They had to pay it all back.
No way.
No way.
Yeah.
That's a great song. That
Look it
just
up.
ruined the song for me.
Look it up. Glastonbury 2025.
Sponsored by
Worldwide.
My High.
Sponsored
Drink
by
My
My
High.
High.
Off the bench.
I did not know this information.
We're going to look it up. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, you said it with your chest out, though.
Oh, yeah.
Like
I was
it was
confident.
true.
Well, I heard it in like 9th grade, so it's got to be true.
All right, KTOZBlinds.com. KTOZBlinds.com is the place you go for Brandon Barton and the team to come out to your space, your home, your business, and blow you away. It can be inside, it can be outside, it can be in the kitchen, it can be in the living room. It does not matter any portion of your house. If you're looking for that motorized screen like I've got on my back patio, completely changes our space. They got you. A Roman shade for privacy. They have got you. Whatever it is. The other day I'm in here and I'm like, hey, Brandon, we've got a front door situation. I need a little bit more privacy. He didn't even think about it. He said, I got you. They always got you over at K2Z.
Yeah, Colin, go check out their brand new website. See what they can do. You can help your house on any budget, whatever it is, whatever your need is. They can help you. Give them a call today. Give Brandon and the team. They can fix it up. K2ZBlinds.com.
At Atmos Energy, our Smart Choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
BRAC teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. BRAC, your #1 park system in the nation.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, Our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. here on Wednesday, July 2nd. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect mostly sunny skies with a high of 93 in hour 2 of today's show. We'll have Would You Rather Wednesday and a brand new segment, Dear Dundra. Also, a little bit later on in the show, Rody Jones hops on at 9 a.m. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Okay, here we go.
Where the plays get broken down and science gets denied.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Hour 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
All right, welcome back in OTB 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge here on this Wednesday morning. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty excited for Dear Dundra, so don't screw it up.
I'm excited for it.
It's like we don't know what to expect.
No.
This is all like new to us. We didn't rehearse this. We didn't practice this.
Well, I mean, we've been trying to get this done for a long time, but
at least a week.
But T-Bob just held Dundra
since
down.
before you.
No, like since way before you.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, you're right, though. It has been at least.
At least.
It has been at least a week.
It's open-ended. Hey, yo. Do you have the song ready? Like, you got a good one? Like,
I have.
She's got
somewhere out there?
She's got to pick the song based on the advice, right?
Right. So I have a couple of questions,
Yep.
and I have a couple of songs for the questions. My question is, how many of these questions are we answering? Because am I playing the song while I'm answering the question? Do I answer the question and then give them the song? I've never listened to Delilah, but we can make this our own.
She normally
You just play in the background.
Yeah, play in the background.
You can do it how you want. She normally does it kind of gives the response and then plays the song.
Yeah,
I think
she gives a response with a little soft music in the background.
So maybe
then plays
respond song, next question, respond song.
I don't know if we got
You do
time for the
3?
song, so maybe just
No, we'll get time for the song. not the
Like
whole
a little
song,
snippet.
but
Little snippet.
Got it.
15
I'll
seconds
play
of the
it
song.
while I'm giving the advice.
Yes, and then here's why I played the song.
Yeah.
Is there a way to play advice music in the background while you're? You're gonna play. Okay.
Yeah.
While you're giving the advice.
Yeah,
That's smart.
Yeah.
I like that.
Let's just trust in Dundra.
Dundra.
Your brain's doing enough work right now.
You'd be surprised.
So how many should I get 3 of these? 3?
Yes, I think 3 is a good
Okay.
number.
Okay.
3 is a great number.
All right, got it.
To start off with. All right, let's do a little Would You Rather Wednesday here. I will get us started. Would you rather be mic'd up at the bottom of a pile in a football game or...
Going back to the pile.
What?
No, go ahead.
Or be mic'd up in the locker room?
Bottom of the pile, probably.
Yeah.
I'd probably say a lot less inappropriate.
Locker
You
room
can't
stuff.
release the locker room
Now,
stuff.
the bottom of the pile, I'm just letting y'all know, it gets ratchet. There's some things down there that are like, hold up now. Wait a minute, in front of my family and God?
Yeah,
Oh, look.
That's like 205 in Tigerland.
I
That thing.
obviously didn't do it at the college level, but a QB that's fumbled a snap or two, I've been at the bottom of a pile. It's not fun.
No, it's not. I mean, there's like Brandon Spike's habitual line stepper when it comes to the bottom of the pile.
Yep.
So there's things that were said down there that you would not want released either. But locker room talk is locker room talk. Locker room is a safe space. The locker room doesn't care about.
You don't betray
anything.
the locker room.
No, they don't. No. Like, everybody's the same in a locker room. It is the beautiful part of a locker room. Everybody's the same. Everybody's friends. Everybody's hanging out. Everybody's having a good time. You don't worry about anything from the outside in a locker room.
I love that you mentioned.
I'm going bottom of the pile.
I love that you mentioned Brandon Spikes. That's the same guy that got suspended once at Florida for eye gouging. So,
yeah. Speaking of that.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. He did that and other things.
I remember he got suspended for that.
We played when we played Tulane our senior year in the Superdome. Dirty players over there. I was at the bottom of the pile, and one of their DBs came in and stuck his finger in my eye and touched the back of my eyeball. Felt it, trying to rip it out. I got out though. Eyeball's still here.
It's still there. I see it.
But it was. I got to the sideline, like my whole face was like swollen right here. It was pretty sweet. So thanks a lot for that. Sure, you had a great career after that one.
Oh wow.
Hey, I know he didn't win the Natty that year.
Nope.
Would you rather get stuck in
bad things on that guy?
Would you rather get in the film room and be stuck with Nick Saban for 8 hours, or run stadiums with Scott Cochran and Tommy Moffitt yelling "yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah" at you for 6 straight hours?
Dude, oh my, that's so easy. An opportunity to study film with Saban for 8 hours.
I would hang out with Nick Saban.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
I'd do that voluntarily.
Yeah, because I've had Cochran and Moffitt yelling "yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah" at me for not 6 hours, but at least 3.
8 hours of stares is a long time. At least, watching film, you sit there in a dark room, throw a little Zen in, just watch some film, chop it up.
Yeah, but I mean, you got to know it's not all going to be good when you're watching 8 hours of film with Coach Saban.
Well, you're going to get yelled at some, but who hadn't?
Now, Matt, you're just going to have to walk me through the process of what you saw here and why you did what you did. You're just going to have to explain it to me, because for the life of me, I can't understand it.
And then he works himself up, and then by the end, you hadn't even answered anything. And all of a sudden, he's yelling about something that's not even relevant.
You haven't said a word, and when that hand starts going up and it starts jiving up there, you're like, oh, man, I really screwed up.
We talked about this a couple of weeks ago. It's like, it's so funny outside of football and other walks of life when people come at us and try to get mad and yell at us about something. It's like, hey, bud. I've heard it from the worst. Like, what you're telling me right now, you can just pump the brakes on it. I've been yelled at a lot in my life.
Yeah.
You ain't doing it. You ain't doing it right now. All right, let's see.
I'm trying to think if I can say some of the things that
it used to be so funny that he would work himself up and start talking about,
and he'd be the only one talking.
He'd be the only one talking, but he works himself up in some hypothetical situation that I may or may not do in the future, and he gets mad about it. It was great. Classic.
God, actually, I don't want to say that. I'll think about it, and then I'll think if I can say it on air. I'll ask the group during a break a Sabanism, and then we'll see.
Would you rather? We're going to go away from the sports here.
Okay.
Shocker. Would you rather live one life that lasted 1,000 years or 10 lives that last 100 years?
Both sound exhausting.
10 lives.
But I'm going to go 10 lives.
Yeah. I could do a bunch of different things. Who's to say I'm born another country here. Yeah. 10
and
lives.
if I'm living 10 different lives, it's new, it's fresh.
Yeah. One life for 1,000 years.
Back 800 years ago, it used to be like this
Yeah.
back in my day.
Right. 1,000 years, you're basically just a vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
like
kinda
you're stuck in the same spot.
Yeah, it kind of depends. Like that's the thing about vampires, right?
Right.
Is like if they ever have human love, that person dies.
I mean, Twilight.
So I guess it depends
Well, no, you
on.
can turn them into a vampire.
Yeah, it kind of depends on if you have other people around you that are also living 1,000 years. Because I was leaning towards 1,000-year life first because you don't know the circumstances of your 10 lives. So you might have a bad circumstance. Sometimes you might get in a bad situation. If you got 1,000 years, you got a chance to work yourself out of that.
The good part about it, though, if you have 10 lives and one of them isn't going well, you could just kill yourself and wait.
You got to live 100 years.
So you can't kill yourself.
You have to live to be 100.
You have to live the 100 years.
I would do 100.
Yeah.
I mean, look, with advances in modern science, it's not crazy to think I can't live to be 250, 300.
Yep, I got it.
I'm living 10. 10 lives.
Yeah,
I'm going to go 1,000 because I'm guessing that after the 100, your memory's wiped. You can't just take your memories on.
I don't know. I mean, what you asked the question.
God, what's your What's your Mike Gundy year if you're 1,000? 400?
400,
Yeah.
I guess. All right. I guess 400. But I guess that means like you're probably spending 100 years of being a baby. I don't know.
Yeah, see, that does seem like a long time.
It's a long time of being
How
a
much
baby.
Botox do you think you need at 1,000 years old?
Lots.
That's a good
All of
question.
it.
All the Botox.
All the Botox.
Huh. Thought-provoking, though, people.
Yeah.
Thought-provoking.
Would you rather have front row seats to a losing season or nosebleeds to a championship season?
Nosebleeds to a championship winning season.
Yeah.
If you got a front row seat to suck,
Yeah.
it's not very fun.
No.
Doesn't matter. Like, you know, it's going to be a stray, but like I've been to LSU basketball games the last couple of years where you could sit about 2 rows up.
Courtside.
Did y'all have fun, though?
Pelicans games?
I had more fun when they were winning and I was at the top of the PMAC.
Bro, I said 3 rows. They'll let you play if you sit close enough now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Shoot a free throw?
Yeah, it's a
How
advantage.
fun is
But
that?
you
They
get to
don't-
come in.
halftime
They don't
show.
want me doing any of that.
You
You get to come in one
give
free
you the
throw.
give you the towel, let you
Yeah.
mop up the sweat.
You'd
on
be the
timeouts.
towel guy.
I'm going the good seats because I think they're fun.
Yeah.
You get a close-up view of the lady that catches bowls on
Red
her head.
Panda.
Yep.
Dude,
Did she fall recently?
Yes.
Yeah, she got hurt.
Poor Red Panda. They brought the wheelchair out and everything for her.
Shoot.
Man.
Yeah. Yeah, she's not used to having 4 wheels. She's only used to 1.
Yeah.
I'm going with the close seats because I think it's more entertaining to go. When you're close, you get all the entertainment. That's what the basketball games are about. It's like constant stimulation, entertainment, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Now, the championship run, that would be incredible. Well, I'll just probably watch that at home. I couldn't sit close.
Yeah, real team guy here.
Yeah.
Tay-Tay, would you rather?
All right. Would you rather always show up to things overdressed or underdressed?
Overdressed.
Underdressed.
I
No,
say
I'd rather be
over for
overdressed.
sure.
I'm under
Yeah.
all the time, so
Because if they're overdressed,
this is
people
pretty
are
much what
like,
you get with me.
dang,
Right. You
you're
still look
overdressed,
nice,
but you
right?
look
Like people
good.
are looking at you like, oh,
but
damn.
then you're underdressed and people are like, oh, is she wearing that to
Right.
this event?
Oh, I get it.
like,
Like you're not showing up to like
Yeah.
a 5-star steakhouse at Jorts. Like,
Sure.
Well, we're not in Gainesville,
but I could go to like
Jorts.
Yeah.
I could go to like Golden Corral and slacks. It'd look a little odd, but I'd feel better.
Can I tell you this?
Went to Golden Corral.
I honestly
my wedding
believe
day.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, where it took me and the groomsmen. You were there.
we went to.
Wait, you were a groomsman or an usher?
I can't
Well, I took the ushers
I can't
too, so it
remember.
wouldn't
You
have
know,
mattered.
who can really remember?
I'll never
I
forget
grew up in a Golden Corral and loved it. Incredible
Chocolate
rolls. But
Fountain of
then
Youth?
Lacey and I
have
went to one in
never
Green
been.
Bay and it was awful.
I've never
Just
been.
terrible. Trash.
Well, I've been to Green Bay recently. That doesn't surprise me.
Victoria refuses to go. I've never been.
That.
Hey, what was your question again?
That's sad.
Would you rather be overdressed or underdressed?
Okay, so I believe that now this could go both ways, all right? But I believe underdressed is a sign of just a successful person and a confident person.
Yeah.
Adam Sandler.
That's true. He wears like basketball
Notoriously
shorts.
And it's always like,
Mark
you go.
Zuckerberg.
They always
Yeah.
know, like, rich people are dressed up really nice. Super wealthy people are kind of underdressed.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
underdressed is a sign of being confident, successful.
I'm still going
Or
overdressed.
just careless.
Yeah, I'm still
Or
going
just careless. I
overdressed.
mean,
Yeah.
it could go both ways.
You're just a slob.
Or it
baby.
looks like a morning show host, just
Yeah.
underdressed all the time.
Yeah. Oh, I definitely
True.
come to work underdressed.
For sure.
I'm a little overdressed today. But
Well, y'all aren't underdressed because y'all dress the same. Like y'all set the dress code.
True.
So it's like
Kind of do.
it's
Yeah.
the morning show. Like you
True.
set the dress code.
Yeah.
Should we wear tuxes one day?
we did do like a Canadian
Yeah.
tuxedo
Oh, we
day
did.
one
Yeah,
time.
that was fun.
Yeah.
Do you own a tux?
Yeah. Everybody in Louisiana owns a tux.
Do I
I
own
didn't
a
until
do
a
I
couple
own a
years ago.
tux or do I
Wonderful.
own like a black coat with like
No, a tux.
No.
Not a suit.
no?
I don't.
Do not own a tux.
We should have theme Fridays here. I
Okay.
mean, we've done it. We've
I'm
tried.
so down.
I have tried
I'm so down for a
many
theme.
times to get it going. Now, one of the things that my man T-Bob was never going to do was commit to a bit for a
No.
long-term period of time. Like he would do it on a one-off.
My favorite bit was
But he
when we
wasn't gonna
kept
do it.
playing Kellen Moore sound. Like every
Oh
segment we were
my
playing
God.
was
the
that Dennis Allen or
entire.
Kellen Moore?
No,
It was-
Kellen.
I think it was
Kellen
both.
Moore.
Was it? Okay.
It was like okay, I understand the Saints are bad. We get it, but like
Yeah.
not The Saints hired a new head coach.
Nobody
and they're like,
wanted to talk
T-Bob,
about it.
why are you leading with this? I'm like, what the hell are you going to lead with? So, like, for an hour, he goes, okay, coming up, we got this. And then we come
would
back
play
in, and
Kellen
then
Moore
more Kellen
sound.
Moore. We did it for an hour.
It was so good.
No, he did. He did it in purpose.
We were trolling.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
Love it.
But yeah, I'm down for a theme.
Yeah,
Tomorrow's Friday,
we've done
technically.
We've done Canadian tuxedos.
Yeah.
We've done jerseys.
Tomorrow's technically Friday because we have Friday off.
That's true.
So
Let's
we could
table
do
it a week. Let's
tomorrow.
table it
I
a
don't
week.
wanna
Come up with a
table
well, let's
it.
come up with a really
Tomorrow's
good,
just
okay,
America.
All right, we can throw
Yeah,
one together.
Tomorrow's about America.
America.
Oh yeah, let's dress super
Stars
American.
and stripes.
Okay.
There we go.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, last one before we take a break here. Would you rather read mean tweets about yourself on air?
Yep.
Or have to host a full show for 3 hours saying nothing but nice things about Tim Tebow and the Florida Gators?
Oh my God, this is the easiest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, for sure. We've actually done the first one.
Yeah, we did so like 2 hours of just reading mean messages about us on Tiger droppings, which we should bring back. We should bring back the mean Tiger dropping messages.
I'll let you know, as a Tiger Droppings member, you guys don't get a ton of hate.
This was when we first kind of started.
No, yeah, but I mean, like now you're not going to have a ton.
I mean, we were both new-ish to the.
There's got to be some.
I will
There's got to be
Well, I
hate
mean, there's
on
some
me,
out
the
there.
a new host.
I'm not saying
Gotta
I'm
be hate.
relevant enough to be on Tiger Droppings, but I don't want to get on Tiger Droppings and maybe accidentally see something about myself that I don't want to see.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's true.
Although I
mean,
don't think anybody cares about what.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
You'd
what
be
they care
shocked.
about on Tiger.
You'd be, there's definitely hate about all four of us on that,
Oh,
for sure.
without
Now there's love. No, there's
question.
love.
Damn.
There's
Yeah.
love. But
I
there's
thought
hate.
everybody just loved me.
A lot of keyboard warriors out there.
That's fine.
It is
Brave.
okay though. Look,
It is what it
so
is.
brave.
Comes with
So
the
brave.
territory.
we are we're not everybody's cup of tea, but we're most.
But
people's
that's
cup
what
of tea.
makes LSU fans amazing
There
because
you
they
go.
care and they care and they care. But I do think it's a good segment every now and then to bring back some
Mean
AKA
tweets.
mean tweets.
Okay, here we go. Found one.
Oh God.
I searched OTB on
Well,
Tiger
that was-
Droppings.
that was a little
way
too fast.
I don't like this.
there,
I don't like
JJ.
this.
Because you
supposed to have to
said,
take a
you
deep
said
dive.
when the new show, I'm like, okay, well, if I search OTB,
All right,
like,
hit us with one.
it's going to be kind of nobody responded to this, so
I'm scared.
not many people agree.
Which is shocking that nobody responded.
All
to
The
right.
thread title, I miss T-Bob in the morning. And the guy commented, OTB boring as hell now. Nobody responded to it, though. So
I feel like if nobody responded, then maybe it's an unpopular opinion.
Well, no, look, you're going to get some of that because the show is going to be different.
It's different, yeah.
T-Bob was a big personality. T-Bob yelled into the microphone at times, which is great because I loved every single day doing it with T-Bob.
Yeah.
It's going to be a little bit different. That's okay.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, we once had somebody on Tiger Dropping say they would rather listen to paint dry than listen to Flynn and Hester.
Yeah.
You
right?
can't listen
Yeah,
to
T-
paint
you
dry.
know,
That's what I
we're-
told him.
We're not going to
That's when I
do a
come
live
back.
read where we just
You'd
scream
rather-
boner. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not-
It just isn't
it's not
us.
us.
Yeah,
was
which
We're
is
not gonna
okay.
pretend. Do you
Or
want us to
maybe we
pretend?
should. I don't know.
Boner.
that was like, so going into the T-Bob's last segment, I looked down. I'm like, bro, we got Goodwood. Like, what the hell? T-Bob, the epic segment.
Classic. Let's bring it back. Mean
Are we
tweets.
ready for Delandra?
I'm ready.
When we come back? All right.
ready.
Let's go.
The
Delondra.
segment that we have talked about, no
The
lie,
segment that never was.
at least 8 months.
Never
we have talked
least.
about
At
doing
least.
Dear Delandra, but we're finally
T-Bob hated
going
me.
to do it. T-Bob just could not
did not,
give
yeah.
our girl her own segment, her time to shine, but we are. Delandra's going to shine as she turns into Delandra when we come back on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to GoTommies.com, G-E-A-U-X, Tommy's with the Y.com. Tommy's windows, doors, and siding. You will clearly see the difference when you go to the website, and no matter what you're trying to get done. Now, you can find a gallery of work, testimonials of past clients, and so you're going to see what they've done in the greater Baton Rouge area, but the thing I always encourage you, have Tommy and the team come out, because about 6-8 months ago, I had them come out and like, hey, here's what I got going on. I really don't know what to do. I hadn't seen a lot of this. I'm like, oh, we'll come up with a plan. That's all I said. Like, we'll come up with a plan. They'll take care of it. They will customize your job to whatever your needs are at your home, at your business. GoTommies.com.
Yeah, Tommy's Windows, Sidings, and Doors, the championship company ever since 2016 on the Angie's Award list, 2016 all the way to right now, 2025. Go check them out, see what they can do. Integrity, dependable, professional. And the most importantly, when you're doing a job, you want somebody efficient. You want to get them in and out of your house and doing a great job. GoTommies.com.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. It's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
...2007 champs, purple and gold to the core. This is Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn. Baton Rouge's go-to for all things Louisiana sports.
All right, welcome back in OTB on this Wednesday morning. A segment that has been talked about for 8 months is finally going to be here. Of course, we are going to throw it over to Alondra for a little Dear Alondra.
Alondra.
When did we record that?
Oh, that was yesterday.
Yesterday
That was yesterday. Can you play that again?
Play that again.
I do want to play it.
Can we hit that one more time?
Yeah.
Alondra. Can we get auto-tune that?
That's great. What are you talking about?
Great.
All right. So, first question that we got asked on our very first Dear Delandra. Dear Delandra. Wait, I lost it. Okay, here we go. Should you wash white clothes separately? Is sorting laundry by color, fabric, and weight necessary or beneficial? Will your clothes be ruined if not sorted? So, here's my answer to that.
Here's your advice to that.
Here's my advice to that. My advice to that, first of all, here's your song. We'll do a little Suds in the Bucket.
Okay.
Sarah
All right.
Evans.
There we go. Good one.
I don't ever separate my clothes. So I think
I don't either.
Me neither. It's a waste of time if you separate your clothes. Just wash them all in cold water, and the colors won't blend. I think that you will have just way more efficiency and less stress because you're not thinking about like, oh man, I got to separate my clothes. The only thing that I would separate, jeans. Like I don't risk the jeans just because like the blue denim can kind of get on
How
some
many
clothes.
wears of jeans before you wash?
Oh, you could do a few. You could do a few.
I don't know.
I think 4 or 5 is like the sweet.
Big.
Yeah. Yeah. We are like, ooh.
When I put them on in the morning, and I'm like,
you need to wash those. Those are joggers. Those aren't pants.
Yeah, those are not jeans.
You need to
They're
wash
sweat
those.
wicking. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you should need to wash those.
I put them on in the morning. I'm like, ooh, these are comfy. I'm like, oh yeah, it's spray time to.
Yeah,
spray time to wash.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, and when I say I don't separate, my wife, who takes care of our home, does not separate.
No, I just never. I think it's a waste of time if you're separating your
Yeah,
laundry.
we got too many
What are we
kids.
worried?
We
We're
got too
worried
many
about
kids
like,
for all that.
I think we're worried about brand new red shirts, right? Like
Right.
old cotton shirts. No, we're not. Most people are wearing some dry fits now. I get it. I grew up. I had a lot of white socks and undershirts that were pink.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I think we're kind of past that, aren't we? We're past that.
What's really the big deal? You know, like if say your clothes do bleed, like you put a red shirt with a white shirt and it bleeds, now you got a pink shirt. Who cares?
I mean, sometimes,
Who cares?
Yeah.
You just gotta go with it.
Yeah.
Roll with it.
I'm with you. Yeah.
Roll with it.
Pink's the color everybody wears.
Yeah. Real men wear pink.
As long as it's all pink. I don't want it splotchy.
Sometimes
I
you want a white outfit.
That's fair. Yeah, tie-dye.
Sometimes you want a complete white outfit. I'm not talking about a Diddy party. I'm talking about just a white outfit.
That feels very Diddy. Like you're about to join
what's
a
the
freak
party?
off.
What's the party coming up?
The white
One
party.
of those celebrities.
It's called the white party.
Did half of them just like don't know
Fanatics.
what white is?
Yeah, the Fanatics
Literally
guy
called
does it.
the white
Yeah, it's
party.
called the white
Well,
party.
no, I meant like the guy. I don't know his name.
Michael Rubin?
Yeah, something
Yeah,
Rubin.
that's
Right?
it.
From Fanatics?
Yeah, Rubin. That's it.
Yeah. Bingo.
There we go.
How much money
So
you
the-
give him? You can know his name.
So my final advice
investment.
on the laundry, F it.
Yeah,
That's
for
the advice
sure.
on the
That's
laundry.
great advice.
F it.
I'm with you.
Let it
I think
roll.
it's good
Yes.
advice. Okay,
Yeah.
so we got another little question that is coming up, and this one's like a good sentimental, like actual question. Dear Delandra, what's something you enjoyed doing with your dad I could maybe pass on to my daughter? So the song for this, Landslide. Gonna make everybody cry right here. This
That's
is
what-
like the
look, that's what
ultimate
Delandra's
father.
supposed to do.
This
Yeah,
is the
I love it.
ultimate
You need some white
father-daughter
wine,
song.
though.
I
You need some white
do.
wine,
I
just to, like,
do.
be
Just like
swirling it.
shaking it. Yeah. Me and my dad are super close. Like pretty much everything that I do with my dad turns into something like
Yeah.
But I would say that movies, like every time I would come home from school at night, we would watch a movie. Like weeknight, weekday or weekend, whatever. So movies was our thing. But also like just being there,
Yep.
It doesn't have to be anything, but maybe like think of something that you and your daughters both enjoy and make that like your thing. Like we both really liked movies. So that was our thing, watching movies. Music, we love music. So like listening to music in the car, pulling out that big old binder of CDs and just that. Like, so I would say just find something that you both love, something that your daughter also loves, and you can, because I know dads and daughters, like it could be different, the things that you enjoy, but I'm sure there's stuff that you both enjoy that you can both just make memories doing. Maybe it's watching Love Island together.
Yeah, I can so see Alondra sitting in the front seat of a car, flipping through the CDs and finding the perfect CD to play for a road trip. I can definitely see that.
It was like a huge binder.
Oh, yeah.
Like it was huge. But yeah, I used to love
You remember flipping through
the
that big
CDs.
binder, and you come like all of a sudden, it was like it was glowing when you saw it. It had that Roman numeral 2 on it.
Yeah.
Boys to Men. Oh yeah, that was it.
I always remember like the Nirvana one, the Nevermind one. That one's super cool. Depeche Mode was one that stood out to me a lot.
First ever CD that y'all remember by.
The Now That's What I Call Music one that that's
a
like
good
my
one.
yeah.
That's a good one. I think I was there for like the first edition of that.
I don't remember which one it was, but
Mine was probably not gonna surprise anybody. Elvis Presley, Greatest Hits.
Toby
Got it
Keith
from Walmart.
Unleashed, first album I listened to all the way through.
Mine was a single. Billy Joel, In the Middle of the Night.
In the
Okay.
middle of the night.
All right.
Yeah.
I go walking in my sleep.
We only plays 80 Billy Joe people.
Yeah, it's a hit though.
See, look,
Play something from the stranger.
Brennan Huff in the chat right now. My daughter loves to fish, so we fish every
Love
evening.
it.
Now, like when she's older, she's gonna remember like, oh man, I love fishing. Me and my dad used to do that every Sunday, and we would just have the best time. It's just about making memories.
Right.
And this
something they
song,
love. That's right.
this is perfect. Like, if I ever get married, this is gonna be the daddy-daughter dance song.
There we go.
Landslide. This is about Stevie's relationship with her dad.
Love
So, perfect song for that. We got one more.
Hey, well, hold on. I got some advice one time.
Okay.
That was like for a dad and a daughter.
Okay.
Hey, you don't always have the answer to
No,
the problem.
just
You just
listen.
got to be there to listen.
Just listen.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Boom.
Yeah, that's great advice actually though, because I wouldn't talk to my dad about something, but him just being there.
Yeah.
Like he came to Baton Rouge one time when I just needed it. So like literally just be there.
Yep.
So great advice, Matt. One more. This is actually Matt asked this question and I was like, you know what? It's a little shady, but I'm going to bring it out anyway.
You asked the
my
question.
I asked
And
the
your
question.
song,
all right.
your song, TLC. What about your friends? Dear Delandra, I have 3 coworkers that continuously judge me for being myself. What should I do? This is what you should do.
My question.
You should stop being sensitive.
It's like the opening saying of
You
old-
should
old
pay
school.
the sensitivity fine
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
Got
you're
it.
being like,
Pay the man his money.
yeah.
the man.
Why are we putting this in the chat? Come on.
I was trying to get the juices flowing for what kind of questions we were looking for. And Dear Delandra.
It feels like somebody hurt you.
Something
Yeah.
that's been sitting on my heart, people.
What was it?
Yeah,
that,
what was the
what was the
moment where we
final
hurt you?
straw? What was the final straw for you? Bigoter?
Bigoter. I think it's Bigoter.
Bigoter was definitely.
Bigoter was weighing on his
Bigoter.
mind.
Bigoter,
already.
definitely.
Yeah.
That one cut deep.
I had people on the street saying like, "Hey, that was funny, but I think y'all went a little too
No,
far."
I think we did.
I think that went just the right distance.
Well, because he had said something else right after
did.
that.
I said,
And you
I said
you
bigoter like
no,
4 times, I think.
after that, you got flustered and said something else, and then Jay goes, "Oh, what was that?" And you were like, "Okay, guys, I got it."
All right, like, look, there's one segment all week I prepared for. This was it. All right?
Man. Okay, my real advice
I actually
though.
had something.
Yeah.
My real advice, F us. You know, who cares?
Yeah, true.
Continue
True,
to
you
be
don't need
yourself.
us. That's right.
So, advice to all 3 of the questions? F it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
F the laundry.
F the laundry.
Enjoy great times with your pops.
Yeah.
Right? Your pops needs to find out what you enjoy doing, and y'all
Yes.
share that together. That was a great job, Alondra.
And F the coworkers.
And then F the coworkers.
Boom.
Be yourself always. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if somebody doesn't like it or not. Just be yourself because
you have to be authentic.
yeah, you got to be with yourself 24/7. Those people don't, so you might as well like who you are.
That's actually really good advice, Delondra.
Nice job. That was
Yeah,
great.
can we play the sound on the way out just one more time,
Oh,
please?
of course. Yes, I love this sound. Hold on.
Perfect song. That's perfect song.
Wait, why didn't it? Hold on.
That's actually the song you need, like the bed. That's good.
Hey there, Delilah.
Delandra. There it is.
Actually, I mean,
You ready for that every single
It
week
doesn't
for the rest
sound
of your
bad.
lives?
worst. I mean,
listeners?
we actually, we just,
We just did that on
harmonized
a whim,
a little
yeah.
bit.
Not a big deal.
All right, I'm glad that we got that done. That is something that has been in the works for a long time, and you can expect that every single Wednesday
Yeah.
around
Great
that
job,
time.
Delandra.
Go
Great
ahead
job.
and start thinking about some of your questions for next week in our Dear Delandra segment. All right, we will step away. We've got our guy Rody Jones joining us in about 30 minutes from now. Roddy obviously works for ESPN, but also does ACC radio, so going to get kind of a preview, an early preview on the Clemson Tigers. All that coming your way when we jump back here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com, allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com. Go check out what they have for you. If you want to rent a vehicle, if you want to save some miles on your vehicle, if you need something a little bit bigger for your vacation, or if you just want to drive something new to your vacation, if you got a weekend getaway. Again, I tell you all the time, like, I don't know that world, but maybe you do. Maybe you and your significant other can head down to Biloxi and go have a weekend down there, or you can go head to Houston for a concert, whatever it might be. You can rent a sedan too, something a little bit smaller, better on gas mileage, whatever it is, they have got you covered. Go to the website today to find those per-day rental prices. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
Yeah, if you're just in that time of life where it's time to get something new, a new car, whether you're single and you want to go fast and look cool, whether you got 13 kids, you need a big old car to fit all of them, whatever it is, go see them today. See how they can help you. Toyota has it. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team colors, team swag, and now your very own website, LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans. Sports on demand. In-depth coverage by sports writing pros with continuously updated news. And with the LouisianaSports.net newsletter, you get pinged directly with top trending stories. Best of all, now and always, no paywall. It's free. LouisianaSports.net, powered by 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Your home for Louisiana sports.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every
From the locker room to the airwaves, it's Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
All right, welcome back in OTB. I did get confirmation from the group that I could say one of my favorite Sabanisms. It was okay, right? We were good. Like, y'all think I'm good with
Did we approve that?
Yeah, you did.
Guys, T-Bob used to be on this show.
That's true.
True.
He would say, he'd be like, you know what? Your parents thought it was such a miracle that their little swimmer made it to the finish line. And then he'd pause. Turns out it was one of the world's biggest mistakes. Except he'd throw a little couple choice words in there. Sure. But when I'm a freshman, he said, they thought their little swimmer, and it was a miracle. I'm like, little swimmer. Oh, okay.
Got it.
Turns out it was one of the world's biggest effing mistakes.
Love it.
God,
So
Coach. All I did was miss a backside corner coming on a blitz.
Honestly, I tried so hard.
It's so good that you because I didn't even I've never really put that together. Like I obviously was there and we all had our chewings from Coach Saban, but when he used to get even more mad, and it would only be him talking. And like the faster his hand, because his hand was always out, and the faster that it started going side to side, like if he started to do the whip and nay-nay,
the further it out.
Yeah, it was bad. Because if it started really going there.
Because if he was calm, he was like this. He kept it in the pocket, like how my wife tells me to dance when we go to like weddings. Like keep it in the pocket. Everything. He was right here. Yeah. Once it separated the pocket, and the hand got outside, you know you're in trouble. Then it got further outside. Just hold on. Just hold on for dear life. Then he got the ites going.
What was do you remember? Because you were with him for 2 years. I was only with him for 1. Do you remember maybe what the work? Like, did you ever get one? I'm sure.
I don't. There's nothing that came memorable that was like your story, but I never got in. A lot of offensive people never really heard about it unless it was like game tape review, which I was never really playing in the game when Saban was here during that time, or unless you were just really doing something bad. I remember him chewing Jamarcus, Marcus, Randall, and myself out.
Yeah.
In my first spring practice right after the national championship, and this was like when they were on a tear. You knew that Saban had told the staff, both coaches and strength staff, to not take it easy, to go over the top with their discipline. They're yelling, they're making us work hard, just because like he didn't want there to be a hangover, like a national championship hangover, press clipping type situation. But he was yelling at us because, of course, there's going to be a new starting quarterback the next year because we were holding on to the ball too long that he felt. He's like, you're not going to have the red jerseys on in a game. And then sure enough, that Saturday he took the red jerseys off of us. And we were live in a scrimmage in Tiger Stadium. And you know how that goes, like in spring practice. It is 1s versus 2s, 2s versus 1s. So I'm running with the 2s and the 3s. Going against the number 1 defense, and it's like Marcus Spears just destroying, whatever walk-on tackle was out there with me, and hitting me up pretty good. So but certainly we got chewed out a lot. But there was my memorable ones come from Jimbo. But he did. He stayed. I would say 90% of the practice he was on the defense.
Yeah, but we were scout teams, so I just sometimes you would get those. He was also in the special teams meetings. And my first ever game, we're playing against Oregon State. A lot of you remember that one because it was like a monsoon. Before the game got delayed. It was a mud pit. We won in overtime. Derek Anderson was the quarterback for Oregon State, and thank God their kicker had an off night, or we probably don't win that game. But first ever game, I'm playing like in the A-gap on punt return, right over kind of the snapper, right between in the A-gap, and I kind of break loose, and the punter kind of bobbles it a little bit, so I think he's about to run, so I kind of break down, then I keep going, and so I try to block the punt. Almost get there, don't get there. Another time in the same game, I'm like free, right? And like the personal protector tries to come over. I kind of just like dip a little bit, and I get my hand out, and I miss the punt. And Saban, like in just like the most calm voice ever, was like, Hester, did you think you were going to hurt his feelings if you blocked one of these 2 punts that you completely missed? And just like kept going about it. And like me, that crushed me. Like I wanted him, like I knew it was coming. And I wanted him to like just lay into like just MF me because I was like, I messed up. It hurt more that he was just like very soft spoken about it. He's like, did you think you were going to hurt his feelings? And just kept on going. That hurt me more than
no eye contact.
No,
just probably like walking around with his head down a little bit. Just
legs crossed, watching tape in the special teams room, and I'm like right behind him. Like didn't even acknowledge me and just kept on going. Oof.
Sorry, dude. Just yell at me a little bit. Come on.
Wasn't good.
I remember doing a scout team, and it was scout team. It's we're getting the first team ready for the practice. So like I remember before the national championship, I had I can't remember Jason White's number, but I was pretending to be Jason White.
He was 18.
You'd have to emulate a snap count. You did that every single week. So it was always sweet, like in the NFL when we were playing Michael Vick. God, I got the show out that week.
That definitely was not you.
Anyway, you'd go out there and like you'd complete a pass, and he'd walk out there and cuss out the DB. I'd be like, all right, well, next play, they'd tell me to throw it somewhere, and I'd throw a pick. He'd come back and cuss me out.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, you're just looking for somebody at this point. Like, the defense
you told me to throw it there. Like, I'm throwing it exactly where you told me to do it.
Oh, the worst thing about scout team is, like, they will circle, hey, we want the ball to go here.
Yeah.
Everything about the coverage, the look, the play design tells you don't even remotely look that way, but they circle it. And then in the game, when you get beat on that route, in a different way because the quarterback's doing his job, they get mad. We went over this 100 times in practice. It's like, no, you told the quarterback where to throw it 100 times.
That's how I always knew, like in the NFL, that a defensive coach wasn't going to make it far. Like he wasn't going to progress too far up the ladder. It was like when the lower defensive coaches would be, all right, they're in 3-by-1. This is the look. This is the down and distance. He's going to throw the hitch route out here. We saw him in this film. He throws the hitch route. I'm like, all right, I'll look at him first. I can't promise you, like, I'm a 28-year-old man.
That's right.
Like, I'm not, like, I'll throw it to him if he's open.
Yeah.
All right, they come and run cover 2, which everybody knows, like, it's a cloud coverage corner, so he sits there. It's made to stop hitch routes, and the safety plays over the top. Well, and whether you play football in 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, all the way up till 10-year NFL vet, a hitch route converts to just a fade or go route outside versus cover 2.
Yep.
Not in scout team. That sucker stays on. So, of course, I don't throw it. I got lit up by this dude. And I was like, dude, you can get out of my face. Like, you don't – do you think that Matt Stafford is going to throw that in the game? And I got cussed out so much. And then by the time – but you get vested as a vet.
Yeah.
You get a little something to you, a little gravitas, a little confidence. And then you just start talking shit. Oh, my God, I said it. Said it. My bad. God.
Yes!
First one. God, do I get a letter?
No.
I don't get a letter?
No, you're good.
Yeah, sorry, kids out there.
Maltuk said it like 2 weeks ago.
Did he?
Yeah,
Yeah, when you were out.
sitting in that chair.
I can't believe it took me a month.
Must be something about that chair.
You know,
I didn't even pick up on it. Like,
I picked that up right away.
As soon as he said it, I felt his soul leave his body.
It's just, dumb defensive coaches get me mad. Dude, I said that on y'all's show like a couple of years ago. I was talking about a quarterback, like a backup quarterback somewhere, and it was making me so mad. And I said something like that. You're like, geez, what did he do to you, dude?
The best way to handle it is to bring more attention to it.
As I
for
say,
sure.
like the thing you just got to do is just keep on rolling. Just keep on rolling.
No, you got to own it. I feel like you got to own it.
The good thing about the coaches I was around, Norv was really good about, like, because Les was like the ultimate repeat the play. It's like, God, dude, if we got to repeat it this many times, like, what are we doing? And he would repeat. I can remember being in the NFL and Norv would be like, hey, guys, we've run it twice and we hadn't been close to executing this deal. All right. So do we think we're going to call the Raiders on Saturday and say, hey, if we mess that play up, if we mess that, whatever it was, that route combination up, y'all think y'all could let us do it again and doesn't count against us? He's like, get it out. Get it out of the game plan. We're done.
That reminds me of the story, and he's going to tell this way better than I will ever tell this, but it reminds me of that. We're talking about Saban, but the story of Nick Saban and Donnie Jones, I believe it was Donnie Jones' first year in 02 or 03, whenever it was. Maybe not his first year, but he was punting with Saban there because Saban was over. He walks around he wants to see how his guys are doing, and Donnie Jones is the punter, and so he's punting, and he's like struggling with his hang time or it's coming off the side of his foot. Anyway, he wasn't punting great, whatever this drill was.
Yeah.
Because Coach Saban was standing there, and stop laughing.
I'm laughing at a lot.
She is giggling. Anyway, so Donnie and Saban's like, what are you doing? What's wrong? Blah, blah, blah. And Donnie says, well, you're making me nervous standing there watching me punt. And Saban's like, well, you know I'm going to be at the game, don't you?
Right. I'll be there.
I'll be there watching you.
Front row seats there, Donnie. Shout out, Donnie.
Shout out.
All right, I think we need to regroup. We'll take a break.
Well, Alondra needs to regroup. Have you never heard a bad word?
No, it's like the comments are making me laugh about it like all over.
You never heard a bad word.
It's the comments are making me laugh harder than the
Let's go to break. Hit the break.
Off the bench.
Clock integrity. That's why we're hitting the break here.
Derailed
pretty soon. All right. Go to BoudreauxElectrical.com. Boudreaux's Electrical Services. More power, more protection. Get your free Generac quote right there, top right corner of the website. They'll come out and they will kind of look at your space, tell you exactly where they can put your whole home generator that's going to give you the ultimate peace of mind. Hurricane season is a-coming. We know it's going to happen here in South Louisiana, but you have that protection that we talk about when you have a whole home generator because you will never have a power outage, right? You'll have your AC, you'll have your lights, you'll have your refrigerator. Everything will be okay. You'll have your TV. But if you don't call them, you won't have that ultimate peace of mind. Go to BoudreauxElectrical.com.
Yeah, we already have some name storms popping up right now. So you know the Gulf of America is going to be heating up here pretty soon in the next couple of weeks. So get protected, be stress-free. Give them a call today. That Generac generator, BoudreauxElectrical.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
When it comes to industrial construction, River Parish Contractors can do it all. Mechanical, structural, custom fabrication, specialized welding and turnaround services. Strategically located in between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, we have the local team with the experience and commitment to safety to manage the most complex industrial projects. Period. Here's the deal. Partnering with us means your project is delivered on time, on budget, and most important, safely. River Parish Contractors, let's get building.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
I was scared of dentists and the dark. I was scared of pretty girls and
From players to legends, Hester and Flynn break down LSU football like only champions can.
Yeah, the magician's assistant in their dream. And they come unstuck.
All right, welcome back in OTB. Vance Joy doing now? I haven't heard from old Vance in a while.
Just vibing.
I mean, this is, you talk about having a drink in the hand, toes in the sand song. Oh, that's good. That's good. It's got like a little islandy feel to it, like in the background of the music. Just a good vibe. You don't have to have, just straight Beach Boys playing.
No.
On, on a beach somewhere.
Yo, it's good song, good music. I don't picture myself.
You don't hear like
toes
a little
in the sand.
Oh, I do.
I picture myself playing a ukulele.
Yeah, what you typically do on a beach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beach vibe for sure on this.
True.
Yeah. You're in the minority
What's
there.
y'all's beach playlist?
Sailor?
Like, we always had growing up, we always had Van Halen, Def Leppard
For
beach playlist. Motley Crue. I don't know why, but that was our beach.
I didn't go to the beach until I was like,
I didn't go to the beach.
15.
Yeah.
Like I didn't see a beach. Like it's not my family's vibe. My mom and dad didn't like it, so we didn't ever go. Like we were like amusement park. Now I love the beach. Like the beach is, I could go there all day. I can sit. I can throw the football. I can just vibe out, listen to music. The kids love it. Wasn't my family, so we didn't go growing up.
Yeah.
So I don't have that experience.
We were stereotypical, like Kenny Chesney, Jimmy Buffett. Like those are all like beach songs. Like,
I mean, Skinny Kenny, I can definitely see the Sharps listening
Oh,
to
yeah.
Skinny
Yeah.
Kenny on the way.
Oh, dude.
This is a hot take. I don't love the beach.
You used to have a home on the
Well,
beach.
I like the things around the beach, but I'm like,
You mean
going
like the
to
sand in general?
Going to the
I
beach.
agree.
I love every bit.
So
of it.
I agree with you.
Relaxing is not relaxing to me. It might be surprising for y'all watching that you're seeing me move a lot. I can't really stand still, but I can't just sit there.
Yeah.
I can't either.
And just relax. Like I got to do something. Like when we used to go to like the beach in college, it was great because you're sitting there and you're throwing a ball. You're like running around. You're doing something. So it's like if I go with a group of people, I'm on the beach. I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing? They're like, what do you mean? I brought a book. We're gonna read. Can't do that.
I think it's great conversation. I mean, you got a Dos Equis in your hand, and
Yeah.
you got the kids are playing like right there in front of you.
Yeah,
not
you can
getting
do that
too
at the pool
deep,
though.
and-
You can do it at the pool.
Yeah, but you don't have the wind of the beach. You don't have the,
You know, the
sound
sound,
of the beach.
the ambience. Yeah. Like, it's just a vibe. I don't love the sand, though.
I don't love sand.
Yeah. I like
I'd
have
much
to
rather
get immediately in the
sand
shower.
of the panhandle than
Yeah.
like California beaches where that just feels like a different sand. Like you can't get that. It's like dirty sand. You can't get off of you.
Yeah. The panhandle sand's beautiful and amazing, but it is so powdery. It just stick to you real easily.
This guy.
It's tough.
Had a home
Old
on the
sand
beach.
is very
hates the
muddy.
beach.
I don't hate the beach. I just said I don't like to go relax.
Off the bench.
All right, go to yourgoodwood.com. Yourgoodwood.com
Probably
is
go
the
to the
website.
mountains, I think.
Aspen.
Beautiful.
All right. Go to the website. See what they can do for you. We often tell you, if you have a problem, well, why would you not fix it? Why would you not go get answers to said problem? And that's what Goodwood is there for. You should not live life with fear or embarrassment. You get a consultation. They see it every day. They deal with it every day. It is something that happens. So when it happens to you, go get a fix, and you can get that over at yourgoodwood.com.
Yeah, man, this is for you. Yourgoodwood.com. They can fix any issues that you have, whether you're young, whether you're middle-aged, old, whatever it is. Testosterone replacement, sexual performance, longevity, anti-aging, hair rejuvenation, you name it. They can start this at a monthly rate at as low as $125 a month to fix any problem you have. Yourgoodwood.com.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe. My whole team on wild.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar, but instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
At Atmos Energy, our smart choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. here on Wednesday, July 2nd. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect mostly sunny skies with a high of 93. In hour 3 of today's show, Rody Jones hops on to preview the upcoming ACC football season. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can catch it in the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. You can also follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Hands to Hester, and Hester, yep, got it, 5 out of 5.
From carrying each other to a natty to carrying each other on the air.
Flynn is back to throw from the end zone. Boom!
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, it's Off the Bench.
Is that on purpose? What's up? Welcome back. Off the bench. What is it? Third hour here. Starting it up.
Yes, continue. We have coming up here, Bo.
Everyone's mic is off for some reason.
Oh, mine's off too?
I wish.
Oh.
Just kidding. I don't wish.
I was about to say, okay.
Jake was like, hey, bring us back. I was like, yeah, I'm going to bring us back here. And Alondra had my mic off.
I don't have headphones on. I'm trying to make a call, so I don't know.
Yeah, she's busy. She's working.
Hey, Roddy.
She's doing stuff.
We're catching Roddy.
She's working.
We're going to have Roddy on video. He ended up having to do a couple things, but it's okay. We're going to have Rody Jones, ESPN, played at Georgia Tech, baseball and football at Georgia Tech. Always a pleasure to have my guy on the show, Mr. Rody Jones. What is going on, sir?
What's up, man? It's good to talk to you, Jake. And this is the first time I've been on the show since Matt's been here. Congrats on the new
Thank you.
on the new setup. I'm excited to chat with you guys.
Yeah, he said his first cuss word today on air. So, we're off to,
We broke the
it's
ice today.
It's a rite of passage, Roddy. Like, you and I, we get away with a lot on Sirius XM, but when you do local radio, everybody has that moment.
Yeah, it's I was told when I first got into business, you can say anything on air once. Depending on what you say will determine whether or not you get a chance to say it again.
Oh, that's actually a great line. I think I'm going to steal
Yeah, they
that.
really just told me, like, I made too much of it. They should have
Yeah, you just gotta move right
swept
along
under the
past
rug,
it,
just
yeah.
kept going. But, yeah, we kind of made it a thing for like 5 more minutes.
As it should be. It's like the locker room. You make a small mistake and you'll never hear the end of it.
Oh, that's right, no doubt. Roddy, I certainly want to talk ACC football, but look, you played college baseball. You and I, when we do shows together, we are going to find a way to talk some college baseball. This is the first chance that you and I have had the opportunity to catch up since LSU won the national championship. Man, what did you think about the Tigers' run through Omaha and maybe just the postseason in general?
Well, I thought, first off, I want to start with LSU because I feel like all the talk after the championship series was about Kevin Schnall getting ejected and just the entire spectacle around that. So let's start with LSU and what Jay Johnson has built and what Jay Johnson has done over the course of his career, obviously at Arizona and then at LSU, establishing the best baseball program, or maybe continuing the best baseball program in the country. It's national championships 2 of the last 3 years. And I do think it's a legitimate conversation on whether or not LSU is the greatest baseball program in the history of college baseball. Ben Hartsock and I had that discussion, and certainly USC is in the running for all the championships that they have, 12 of them. Texas is in the running for all the College World Series appearances they have, far and away more than anybody else. But I think LSU is the one that I would take because of the success since what was the first one, 1991? I mean, 8 championships since then. You've got the 8 out of 9 times you get to the championship series, you win it. Just the consistency that's been built down there. I think I would go with LSU. Maybe it's recency bias, but Texas is the one that's in the conversation right now to me with LSU. USC has to establish some sort of relevance in this era of the portal, where it's so much tougher to win than it was in the 60s and 70s when they were dominating.
And that's what I was going to say, not only because of the portal, Roddy, but I think it is LSU because of the teams and the programs that care now about college baseball compared to what it used to be. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but it used to be very regional. It was like in the Southeast and then in Southern California. And that's like the only people that really cared about college baseball. And you go back and you look 30, 35 years ago, like Cal State Fullerton and Long Beach State, like all these small programs certainly had their time, but like now everybody seems to care. Like every major conference cares. The ACC, the SEC, the Big 12, even the Big 10 now with the additions that they made, like they care a lot. The Sun Belt certainly cares a lot about college baseball. So for me, like with the time and the effort and the resources that everybody's now putting into college baseball, that's what makes LSU's run, what they've done in the last, 30, 35 years, that much more impressive compared to even like USC, who hadn't done it in a long time.
Yeah, I completely agree, man. And then you even factor in the stuff with like the way the draft is structured, the fact that not only like if you went back 20 years, the best players out of high school typically win. Now the best players out of high school, the very best go. But that next tier are really coming to college, especially especially pitchers, because of the development that you're getting at the college level, which is on par and even sometimes better than what you get in the minors. Because of the attention and the resources that these colleges have. So with that level of talent spread across the country, it's so much tougher to be as consistent as LSU has been, especially in that conference, dude. I mean, the SEC is an absolute bear, and they've done a great job at it. So I'm with you. I'm team LSU here.
All right, Roddy, we're at that time of the summer where we're kind of like transitioning. It's July 2nd. We're transitioning our focus from baseball to football. So let's do that right now. So something that's great interest to our listeners here in the SEC is, of course, the Clemson Tigers. So first game of the season for LSU, a huge matchup. Defending ACC champs, Cade Klubnik is returning as top 3 receivers. I kind of want to hear your thoughts, just a breakdown, just a overview of Cade, the offense, and their team in general, just to kind of start introducing our fan base to Clemson.
It's a loaded Clemson team. It's the best Clemson team on paper that Dabo Swinney has had since Trevor Lawrence's last year at Clemson. It is a Clemson team with the most expectations since probably Trevor's sophomore year at Clemson, 2019, which was the year after they won the national championship. So it is an absolutely loaded unit. It starts with Cade Klubnik, who's in his 3rd year as the full-time starter, started some his freshman year as well. Won an ACC championship game, as a matter of fact, coming in for DJ Uiagalelei. And his maturity is the amount that he's matured over the course of his career has been incredible, man. He's gotten so much more comfortable in Garrett Riley's system, which this will be his 3rd year in that system. And he got so much better throwing the deep ball and in the quarterback run game last year that I think he's poised for a big-time season. You mentioned the weapons at receiver, Bryant Wesco, Antonio Williams, TJ Moore, and then they return a receiver a couple of years ago was their leading receiver when Antonio Williams was out. So when you look at the receiving core, it's as good, maybe not at the top end as like an Ohio State or an Alabama, but it is as talented as any of those from top to bottom. I saw some projections that had Antonio Williams as the number one receiver in this class, upcoming. Now, I wouldn't quite go there. He's a slot guy, but he is incredible at the point of attack, or at the catch point, and he is a really good and smooth, explosive receiver. And then on defense, all they have is the guy who's projected to be the first defensive end off the board in next year's draft, the guy who's projected to be the first defensive tackle off the board in next year's draft, a linebacking core that's got a budding star in Sammy Brown, an NFL corner in Avion Terrell, and a future Avion corner in Ashton Hansen. So it is a loaded team with a new defensive coordinator in Tom Allen, third-year offensive coordinator in Garrett Riley. And they really should run through the ACC. We'll see. They got to do it. They've got some holes. Safety, running back would be the two that I would point to. But it's a really talented team. And it'll be fascinating to see how LSU deals with that front with all that LSU is replacing on the offensive line.
And obviously, when you have a matchup like this, and I agree with everything you said, I mean, certainly Clemson has some strong points in the front seven, the receiver, and, different positions you can kind of go and you can highlight players. But is it all going to come down to Cade Klubnik versus Garrett Nussmeier? I mean, it really feels like that. I mean, no matter where you look, Roddy, it's like those are 1 and 2. And it's been different orders and different kind of polls and different ratings and different rankings, whatever it might be. But for the most part, when you look, it is Nussmeier and Klubnik in some kind of order there. It just feels like it is going to be which quarterback makes the play and which one has the mistake.
I do think that will be a big part of it, man. Like the one who plays mistake-free football is putting their team in a position to win. I do think LSU has the advantage at the running back position for sure with Caden Durham, who's a budding star. We saw him against Arkansas, which is probably his breakout game last year. And Clemson just doesn't have that at the running back position. They're going to rely on a sort of a committee approach. We'll see if their second leading rusher last year, Jay Haynes, tore his ACL in the championship game, I believe, the conference championship game. So we'll see if he's back, but it's going to be an inexperienced group. The fact that LSU has a Caden Durham to help out Garrett Nussmeier, not that he needs it, but I think it can take some pressure off of that offensive line, who's going to have a time blocking Peter Woods and TJ Parker. So I think that Cade Klubnik is going to have more pressure on him. I think he's going to have to do more with his legs. I think he's going to have to be more of a running threat throughout the season, but certainly in that first game against an LSU defense that should be improved from a year ago.
Yeah, let's take a little bit wider view at the ACC. You said that you thought, Clemson has a lot of expectations. They should kind of run through the ACC. Now, over here, Hester and I, we're big fans of Georgia Tech and Haynes King. He's a good, hard-nosed East Texas boy.
QB1 on the all-meathead team, Roddy.
Right.
Hey, I love it.
And they play the third week, September 13th. So they match up Clemson, Georgia Tech. I wish that game was kind of pushed more towards the end of the year. But is there anybody in the ACC that you see pushing Clemson and might have a chance to overthrow them?
On the whole of the season, no. The Clemson should be the most talented team by a good margin, unless Miami has things come together. I think talent-wise, you can look at Miami with Carson Beck coming over at the quarterback position and say, okay, I can convince myself that they'll be in the running. They just lose a ton at receiver, and then that defense was not good last year. They have to retool the secondary. So I think that Miami is probably the one from a talent standpoint. Now, look, Georgia Tech, they've been big game hunters since Brent Key has been the head coach there. They have a winning record against ranked teams in ACC play. They obviously played Georgia really close last year, 8 overtimes. Probably should have won that game if the referees knew what targeting was, but that's neither here nor there. But ultimately, this is a Georgia Tech team that is going to be dangerous week in and week out. Haynes King is really, really talented and really confident. You got Jamal Haynes at the running back position, who's in his third year as a starter after switching over from receiver. Defense loses Tyler Santucci. They're going to have to create more pressure on the quarterback. We'll see if they're able to do that. Losing Romello Height was a big one. But I think this is a team that is not going to shy away from anybody. So I'm excited about the Jackets this year. Cautiously optimistic. I don't want to hype them up too much and get everybody talking about them and patting them on the back. I want everybody telling them how they're not going to win 6 games this year and have that chip on our shoulder.
Well, they always say a team takes the identity of their head coach. And if that is the case there for Georgia Tech, we know one thing. They're going to be gritty as hell with Brent Key being their head coach. Like if I interview him, Roddy, I'm like, is he going to try to tackle me here in the next 5 minutes? Because he has that look to him.
Yeah. Usually he does tackle me before we do any sort of meeting or interview. Like, he'll put me in a headlock and give me a noogie before I try and scoop him up, sweep the leg. But he is a guy who is literally too gritty to be pretty. I mean, he burned all of it. He wore a tie the first ACC media day he went to, has not worn a tie since. He says he burned all of them. I don't believe that, but I do believe that he gave them all away. But he is a hard-nosed, demanding players coach, if there's a such thing as all of those things, because he obviously has been in those guys' shoes. He loves Georgia Tech. He was a captain there in the late 90s with Joe Hamilton at quarterback. It means a lot to him, and he's done a great job of assembling an incredible staff. I mean, Buster Faulkner, nobody knew who Buster Faulkner was when they plucked him from being a quality control assistant on the offensive side of the ball from Georgia, of all places. He becomes the offensive coordinator at Georgia Tech, and just has done a phenomenal job, especially with that run game, but with the entire offense, making Georgia Tech one of the most difficult offenses to prepare for with everything that they do pre-snap. And then Jeep Wade at the offensive line position has done a really nice job continuing where Brent Key left off. Tyler Santucci was a great hire last year. Now we got one of your boys, Blake Gideon.
That's right.
Comes over from Texas to be the defensive coordinator. So I'm really excited to see what he's going to bring. But you are right. The Georgia Tech team really embodies what Brent Key is all about. And honestly, it was a necessary change after the Jeff Collins era.
All right, there he is, our guy, Rody Jones. You'll catch him on ESPN. Also, my colleague over at Sirius XM. He does it all. Roddy, we truly appreciate the time as always, sir, and look forward to, as we get closer, continuing to talk about this Clemson-LSU matchup.
Yes, sir. Thanks, boys.
Sitting there thinking as he's talking, how talented do you have to be to play college baseball and also college football and, do it where you don't suck?
Yeah. You got to be real talented. We haven't seen it a whole lot around here.
Actually, I mean,
we've seen it three times.
Of all places to be spoiled by guys that can do it, I guess it would be Chad Jones, Jared Mitchell to do it at that
Chris Jackson,
incredibly high level. And then Chris Jackson, kickers are people too, right? He was a starting third baseman for that team. But for Chad Jones and Jared Mitchell, Jay Mitch was a freshman and played receiver that year, and then also in 2009 ends up being the most outstanding player in the College World Series. But Chad Jones was a dude at on both.
Mm-hmm.
At safety, he's playing. Was he a freshman when he was playing with
Yeah, so he was a freshman in 07 with y'all,
and he's out there on a national championship team. And then
we were talking about returners yesterday in the NFL. Chad's a hell of a returner.
We had Trenton Holiday, Buster Davis, Skylar Green, Chad Jones. Honey Badger wasn't bad at returning either.
Decent.
Pretty good.
Peterson.
Pat Pete.
Mm-hmm. I'll still take Coach Trendon, if I could do it. They never let me.
I wasn't allowed to return it. I could catch it. But I wasn't allowed. If you catch that, fair catch.
Yeah, don't you dare.
We do not need those little stubby legs trying to return this football. All right, but shout out to Roddy, man. Always enjoy catching up with Roddy, and great breakdown there of Clemson. And, yeah, it is what it is. Look, they are really, really good. Their front seven is going to be, in my opinion, the strength of the team. Now, a lot of people are high on their receivers. I think they're talented, but I think a lot of people are assuming they're going to take this giant step based off that talent. That's easier said than done. You still got to go do that. I can see it and I can get excited, but that jump that people always talk about, doesn't always happen. Right. There's things that you when you have that expectation, you gotta deal with it. You got to continue to grow. You got to continue to develop. So,
and let's be honest, both teams are dealing with a lot of expectations going into this. And I know a lot's being made of, and we've talked a lot about it here, about that first game. How do you schedule that first game? We all know, we got a lot of scar tissue from this opening game the last couple of years. And what I'm about to say is not going to help this any. But I think this Clemson team that we're about to face is the best team that we've played in an opening game in the last 5 years.
The group?
Of the group of what we played?
That Florida State team that went undefeated.
Yeah, okay. I was kind of skipped over that one in the old brain.
They're pretty good.
They're pretty good.
But to your point, this Clemson team has that ability based off their schedule if they beat LSU to
Florida
be
State
undefeated
didn't have
as well.
like the preseason expectations. I think they were good.
They're good, not to.
But this is
And
Caleb
I'm gonna-
Klubnik,
look, I'm gonna-
Heisman, one of the Heisman
Right.
favorite, 3 top returning
Also,
receivers.
this is a true road game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
you're
the
not
game
playing in
was
Orlando.
away, but it was in Tampa. This is in Clemson's
I'm
backyard.
agreeing with me. I think this is the best team that you're playing.
Yeah.
Because you go back and that Mississippi State team ended up not being that great. Obviously, you didn't make adjustments and you let someone set an SEC record. They got benched 2 weeks later at quarterback. You go to UCLA. Now that UCLA team was better than people thought. They had DTR at quarterback, Zach Charbonnet at running back, and NFL tight end. Like they had some Jimmies and Joes.
But they ended up getting beat up a little bit.
Still, yeah.
Yeah.
Florida State team's solid. USC was bad last year.
They weren't good.
USC was not a good football team, and you lost to them. So what makes it even deeper of a cut to the gut is the teams you've lost to, for the most part, have been okay.
Except the exception would be the Florida State.
Yeah.
And Taylor, great point. I mean, this is the true road game. Absolute hostile environment.
You've only had one other. It was
Yeah.
UCLA.
Mississippi State was at home during COVID, so it was kind of a weird. UCLA, the Rose Bowl, you had more fans.
It's
You had
not
more,
like a real away game.
Yeah, they don't give a crap.
No, so I'm saying UCLA, you had more fans than they had probably.
Right.
Minus the probably. And then New Orleans, Orlando, and then Vegas.
It's going to be an SEC type environment.
So,
You're going, and
I mean,
let's do it.
Look, you've actually had some advantages, and you still haven't gotten it done.
But
that's why this is as must win can possibly be. And I know you can still make the playoff if you lose this game, but you can't do that anymore. You can't just continue to start 0-1 and then say, okay, let's get started. It's like when we have an opening segment and then we get the show started, right? We can do that here. You can't do that in real life in football.
We're going to win the game, though. That's a guarantee.
I definitely think it's a must win, but I don't know how much I love putting so much stock into it in the off season. Like how they have stuff that's like 1-0 in the locker room. I understand what they're doing.
Finally, because they've tried to hide, I think, from that game in the past. Because I'm typically like you too, like don't make it all about one game. I think they're trying to do something different than they've done because they've lost their last five.
Whatever you did the last 4 years, don't do it again.
Because I typically would agree with you, Londra. Like, don't make it all about the opening game and focus on this solely like one part of it.
Yeah, because then if we go and lose the next game, you put way too much stock into the opening game. And I definitely agree that something needs to change and we do need to win this opening game. But to me, it feels like a lot of times when the way Brian Kelly moves, I feel like he pays attention to the outside noise a little too much. Like he's like, okay, everybody's saying we need to, and 100% you need to win the opening game. I don't know if I love making the off season all about it.
Yeah, you kind of have to take a different approach to something if something's not working.
Yeah.
Is there mathematically there shouldn't be, but I know how like the COVID year there was some extra eligibility. But is there someone on the roster that has won an opening game?
No. Josh Williams, I think, was the last one.
Yeah, Josh was
nobody
was
on the
only one last
LSU
year,
roster
19.
that knows what it's like to win.
Now, I mean, I can't speak for all the transfers. Like, we have to go back and look. Not at LSU, though.
Yeah, to your point, like in an LSU uniform. No, that's wild. That is wild behavior.
Wild behavior. Come on, boys.
All right, we got to take a break.
This.
Let's take it now. More OTB when we come back. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Off the bench.
All right, go to getgordon.com. Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys throughout the state of Louisiana. Shreveport, Ruston, Monroe, Alexandria, Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Lafayette, Lake Charles, DeRidder, Louisiana, Thibodaux, Louisiana. No matter where you're at, they can help you out. It is just your area code in Louisiana, followed by 888-8888. You get in contact with them. Hey, here's what happened to me, and they get on the case. And if you are wondering, like, okay, well, what can they do for me? You can see past client results on the website. You can see cases they handle in the courtroom on the website. So just go to the website, getgordon.com, get Gordon, and get it done.
If something happens, if you're injured, it is not your fault, but guess what? You're vulnerable. Call the people that can fight for you, that will have your back, get you what you deserve. Car accident, truck accident, a family member with wrongful death, whatever it is. GetGordon.com. Get on the G team, 888-8888.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
BRAC teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered gold. BRAC, your #1 park system in the nation.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold.
Did you stand there all alone? Oh, I cannot explain what's going down.
From players to legends, Hester and Flynn break down LSU football like only champions can.
Somewhere else right now, you sigh, look away. I can see it clear as day.
All right, welcome back in. Alondra, I do want to hear your thoughts on why you don't want to make it, because I'm in a bad habit right now of just being like, whatever you did, just do the opposite. Go win a game, go find a way. But I do want to hear your point on why you don't like the 1-0 around the locker room.
So, I don't disagree with that. Obviously, what you've been doing the last few years is not working because you've lost every single opening game. I agree and I understand with what you are saying. But for me, if you're already unprepared without doing all that extra stuff of 1-0, start 1-0, and putting so much stock into the opening game, that's already a bigger issue than having to focus on one game specifically. Mm-hmm. You need to be prepared for the entire season, not just the opening game. And then I feel like you also set yourself for even more disappointment if you go out there and you end up losing the opening game again. And you have 1-0 all over the building, and you're talking to your team. Yeah, and you're talking to your team and putting so much stock into it.
Yeah.
You're setting yourself for even bigger disappointment. But then say okay, it works, you win game 1, and then the rest of the season it's kind of mediocre, or you fall off or whatever. I just think that there's a lot of different possibilities. And I just don't love focusing on like one game.
Right.
You're putting so much stock into it. And like, sure, I'm sure he's like focusing on the rest of the season and stuff like that. But like, I just personally don't like it. And I don't think that your issue is not talking about the opening game.
Yeah. No,
if that makes
I know
sense.
what you're
Like,
saying about for sure. And I get it's a good point. And if you do start 0-1, the want to know messages
Like-
across the locker room like, oh, what do we do with these?
Yeah. Now what?
And I think what you're trying to say, and if I'm wrong here, just tell me. But it feels like you're saying kind of like what a lot of us are thinking about this game. Like, be more prepared.
Yeah.
Like, just be prepared. Like, because you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Just be prepared for the first
And
game.
you don't have to worry about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do
Like-
what you would do to get ready for the season. You know.
Yeah.
Like. Yeah.
But there's always focal points in the off season.
Yep.
So you got to be able to focus.
I know.
Focus something. It's like, when Rocky puts Von Drago's picture on his mirror, right? Like you got to be able to like focus.
But he's
on
only
stuff that,
he's only fighting.
fighting Von Drago.
Yeah.
Like
but to your point, like most off season, it was like week 1 of summer training. We're gonna get we're gonna focus on We're gonna beat Auburn this week. Then the next week we're gonna beat Florida this week.
Yeah.
The next week, but I mean, every season was a little bit different.
But like week by week, okay, fine. Like
Game 1 does make it a little different though.
Yeah,
It's
sure.
like you get like to your point, like I'm with you 100% because like me and Alondra have talked about it before. Of
I
like,
think I'm falling back into Alondra's thinking here.
well, we and her have always talked about it. Like LSU puts way too much stock in the Alabama game every single
For
year.
sure.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
The only
for
thing I'm
sure.
looking
I
at
don't
is
like that either.
Yeah, I don't.
yes,
either.
this team is grossly underprepared every single year. Like, look, I'm not here to bash anybody. Brian Kelly knows more about football than I ever will.
Yeah.
But I mean, we came in here like Jake. I went to 2 practices. I'm like, oh, dude, the O-line wasn't able to block anything. Kelly gets up there. Will Campbell gets up there. Guys, we're going to dominate people on the offensive line. No, the hell you're not.
Yeah.
What happened game 1? 2 years ago, Mason Smith. Kelly goes up there. We expect big things from Mason Smith. T-Bob goes, Taylor, how's Mason Smith look? I'm like, it's hard to tell. He takes off every other play because he's still injured. What happened? Mason Smith was a shell of himself. Like, you got to know your team better. Whatever you did in the past, don't do it. That is the only reason I'm okay with it because you've been awful. Yeah. And like, if this was week 9, yes, sure, it's just another game. But like, you're 0-5. You have to do something different. Like, that is the only reason I'm good with it because you're going to show up and embarrass yourself again on national TV. And that deflates everything. Like, to her point about you don't want to have too much buildup in the opening game because when you lose, like you have the last 5 years, you're deflated.
Yeah.
Like, there was so much buildup for game 1.
Oh, my God.
Now
Like,
you're
imagine
deflated.
how
How did we
disappointing
feel in
that's going to be.
Vegas?
Bruh.
Oh my
That's what I'm
God.
saying.
Vegas
Everybody
is
was so
like-
excited.
I have
You're miserable
never,
when you
I
leave.
have never dreaded doing a sports radio
bad.
show more than Las Vegas
Yeah.
last year after losing another opener. It was early as hell because we were on Mountain Time.
Yeah.
The game was late. I was like, I don't want to go do that. I want to fake sick.
Vegas was
I don't
terrible.
want this life.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, imagine how disappointing it's going to be if you lose
Yep.
game 1 versus Clemson.
Yep.
It's gonna
And-
be disappointing
and, like,
whether
I
you
do-
have
and-
1-0 in the locker room. Or
And
not,
I do
right?
like understand that you can definitely like, okay, this is week 1, we're going to focus on this, whatever. And then you can go to week 2 and focus on law tech. I get that. But it just feels like too much to me personally.
So I do like.
But I get Taylor's point too.
Well, no, I kind of agree with a little bit of everything because I do like. Okay, hey man, we got a power 4 opponent like
Yeah.
right out of the gates. Like we ain't got time to half step into this offseason.
Right.
Like, and that'd be your point of focus. Like we got to hit the ground running. But also like when we were playing at LSU, it's like when we were getting run into the dirt in the off season, it was to callous ourselves for the entire season, right? We were training to be LSU Tigers. As cheesy as that sounds, that was the standard. Like we are training to be what we know we always have been here. And that's how Moffitt trained us in the off season. It's what the coaches kind of did, even though they weren't supposed to be there. They were there. Like that's what we trained to be, the LSU Tigers, not for one singular game. So I do get a little bit of both points, but also we didn't lose 5 openers in a row.
So, and then like the thing is like y'all talked about this last week, and everybody brings it up about, oh, well, who do you want an easy game in the opener? Do you want a tough game in the opener? Like, if you don't want to put too much focus on everything, like, yeah, but like you got a big opponent in the opener. Change that a little bit if you need to as well. Like whatever you need to do.
what's the message?
Something's got to be different.
If the football messaging throughout a season is don't look ahead. It's the most important game is the next game, right? And whatever your record is, if you're 5-2, it's let's become 6-2, right? That's all. That's the messaging. The most important game is the next one. I get it off season a little bit different because it's the next game for like 6 months. There's no one way to do it.
Yeah.
You have to trust your team. You got to know your team. You got to know what drives them. You got to know what motivates them. You got to know what is too much for them.
I want them
right?
to know the team from the first quarter of the first game. I'm not saying you're going to know like everything about them, but that's one of the things that I think has gotten you in trouble a little bit is as you go into that game, you're still trying to figure things out. Like you had Garrett Dellinger play center in the first game a couple years ago against Florida State. That was the only game he played center. The next week he played guard, and Charles Turner came in at center for the rest of the year.
Think about how many times you changed secondaries the last 2 years. Like people can get pissed or whatever. Brian Kelly hasn't known this team in week one since he's been here. He hasn't.
And let's not get this twisted. They're not walking into the facility right now, and they got coaches screaming Clemson at them right now. That's just not happening. But just like you said, the offseason and the summer is to callous the individual for an entire season, to harden the individual, to get him ready for an entire season from a health standpoint, from a physicality standpoint, mental standpoint. They'll get to the game. They're not game planning Clemson right now. But in order to put somebody through physically and mentally, emotionally, what you get put through during an offseason, from the training to summer workouts, being in the heat, if you want to get the most out of somebody, you have to give them a motivator. Yeah. And Clemson is a hell of a motivator to make you work hard, to harden yourself, to callous yourself. If you don't have that, if they don't put something, a shiny object in front of you and say, this is what we're doing it for, then there is a subconscious effort that's not being put in. So, like, if that is what it is, if you have a smaller team that you're playing the first game, you look at something else. You look at Alabama. You look at, you paint a picture. Whatever picture you paint for those guys, it's emotionally what you want to get out of them. So if you want to get the most physically out of somebody, you give them something to look at.
I will say this, too. I know we got to take a break.
I'm somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
We're switching.
Y'all have me somewhere in the middle right now.
So, Taylor, about not knowing the team, you can certainly make that argument, but also go make a damn play.
Yeah.
Like USC, the receiver, remember the play last year? He goes up, he's double covered, he goes up, one hand, brings the ball down. You know what you didn't do?
You didn't defend that, or you didn't defend
it. You
didn't
defend it.
You didn't do that.
Like your guys didn't go make that play. Yeah. So like, sure, I agree with you. Like, you got to know your team heading into week one and all that. But there's been plays to be made in these games. Like, go back to the second Florida State game, right? You drive the ball right down there. You get to the goal line, first series. It looks like you're about to go run them out of the building. What do? You don't score.
Yeah, that is true.
That's you got to.
You've been the better team for 5 years.
The players got to go make some plays too.
Well, and like to your point, Matt, like maybe that's why you need to focus, right? Maybe they weren't enough in the past, and then like you were talking, okay, we'll focus on the next game. This is the next game.
This is it.
Like, go get it.
All right, we'll take a break. More OTB when we come back here, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Off the bench.
All right, go to centralplumbing.org, 24/7, 365 weekend, holiday, game day, emergency service, 225-925-8552 is that number. But when you go to centralplumbing.org, always remember it is more than just emergencies. It's also more than just Central. Of course, they can help you in Central, but we're talking to the entire greater Baton Rouge area. Go tankless today with a tankless water heater. Never run out of hot water again. You can look at it remodel at your home, at your business. If you've got like one bathroom at home that you want to remodel, or if you own a business and you've got 4 restrooms that you want to remodel, whatever it is, they can help you out. Centralplumbing.org.
Yeah, summer's that time where kids are going to camp. They're playing all day. At the end of the day, they're playing outside. They're jumping. They're muddy. They're dirty. They're sweaty. All the kids got to take showers. And, it usually happens like right after dinner where you got to do the dishes. You got to clean. Everyone's taking a shower. Tankless water heater. Never run out of hot water. Call them today. Centralplumbing.org.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam.
flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar, but instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Huh. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Tigers turn talkers. This is Off the Bench.
Oh, Alondra, I forgot I was going to ask you, since we are, obviously superior when it comes to music here on the show, and we have Apple Music.
Yeah.
Did you get your 10-year playlist?
No.
So
wait, how do I do this?
It should actually, if you go to your Apple Music, mine just popped up. So I was trying to listen to some music the other day.
I ignored it.
And when I went to the app, it's like, hey, happy 10-year anniversary, Apple Music. Here's the, 30 songs over the last 10 years that you've played the most on your phone.
That's cool.
Oh, it's incredible. I was like, I've listened to that the most. It was like some, because
mine's probably gonna be some.
As a family, we do share, the Apple Music.
Oh yeah.
So there was some on there, but it was mostly bangers.
Oh wait, hold on. I think I found it. All-time replay.
Oh, that's it. That's
yeah.
it.
Okay, let's see.
All right, you're welcome.
Thank you. I'm excited for this.
Yeah.
Number one. About a Girl by Nirvana.
Oh.
I think it's because it's the first one. Like when you connect to your car, like the first song on your.
Oh my gosh!
Because it always plays. Yeah.
Oh, gosh, what's the name of that song? Ed Sheeran.
A-Team.
A-Team. That used to be, and so that song's pretty good, but by the end of it, I'm like,
you're
if
like,
I
dang,
hear
bro.
A-Team by Ed Sheeran one more time.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna get
but
the first
to your
15
point, in
seconds
order, it's
a lot of STP on here.
Speaking of
A
music,
lot of Selena on here.
That's see, it's
a
fun,
lot of
right?
Selena, yeah.
Not even Selena.
Or do you also not know who Selena is?
I know who Selena
Okay, I was about
Mine
to
was
say you're
mostly
from
John-
Texas.
mine
she
was
was
mostly John
she
Mayer.
was on Disney Channel.
Wait, what was yours?
John Mayer mostly, yeah.
Well, T-Bob really didn't know.
Didn't
who
J-Lo
Selena
play
was.
Selena in the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he didn't even know that.
High five. I'll high five you.
I'm
on
proud
that.
of you.
Well
Boom.
done.
There's not
But
a
you are
Texan.
Texan.
Well,
Yeah.
I will say,
of course, yeah.
if it wasn't for that movie, I'd have no idea who Selena
Yeah,
is.
okay. But
I mean, that song was
that movie probably came
popular.
out
Yeah.
before you were born.
Wait,
So we had to watch it in
the
school.
English or the Spanish one? Because
Both.
there's
You
like
had to watch it in school? Yeah, they
We
both
watched.
did,
Well,
remember.
we watched it
Of
in our
you
Spanish class in
tonight.
school.
Yeah, let's play some.
Y'all took Spanish?
Anything for Selena.
I took 2 Spanishes in high school, 4 in college.
Should have been better at football.
I was a communication studies for a little while at LSU and dropped it because I had to take a foreign language.
Wait, you were
I
what?
tested out.
Did you?
Yeah.
I was a.
How'd you do that?
Oh my gosh.
I
that's-
tested out
I mean,
of it.
Yeah,
And
that's,
they-
that's
it,
not
like,
even fair.
It gave me enough credits to minor in it. Whenever
I
I
bet.
We
tested,
shouldn't
yeah.
have had to have taken English classes.
I bet that. Oh,
When
I
I
wish
was
I
in,
would because I'm real bad at it.
When I was in high school, we had to take Spanish classes, like Spanish
Yeah.
1 and 2.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And there was people in our class that were like from Mexico that spoke it fluently. English was their second language. They were in that class.
Yeah.
And of course they got an A.
Yeah.
And so I made the argument senior year, like, let me take ESL, which is English as a second language. I was like, let me take that so I can get an A. Like, this ain't right.
I mean, I agree.
Right?
Yeah. How are you allowed to take that as your?
No, well, like the kids that they still had to learn English, and you still have to learn
had
Spanish.
to
Like
learn Spanish.
there's still you still have to learn 2 languages. I just knew both already.
Wasn't fair.
What-
I don't know.
Are both your parents can both?
Yeah. My mom. So like both my
That's
parents
awesome.
speak Spanish.
I think
both
being
were
able to
born
speak
in
a
Mexico.
second language
Yeah.
is like one of the biggest flexes you can have.
Yeah.
Like if you're fluent in 2 languages, to me,
Yeah.
that's impressive. Like
We were in Omaha, and I felt so bad because our Uber driver couldn't speak English. Like
Right.
he only spoke Spanish, and sometimes I get like embarrassed whenever I start speaking Spanish. But like I felt so bad for him that I just started
don't be
talking to
embarrassed.
him.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, I think that is like I said, the ultimate flex.
Yeah, and most people around the world can do it except for
Americans.
I know. Like, whenever like an American goes over and they play in the Bundesliga
Yeah.
or La Liga or whatever, like they learn that language, and I'm like, man, that is it's easy. It's right there. Like, do it because they have to do it. Like,
Yeah.
if you want to make life easy for you, you learn German or
Yeah.
you learn Italian, whatever it might be.
Well, like in Europe, they're all close
I
together.
know English and redneck.
Yeah.
Speaking of English people and music, we brought up Bittersweet Symphony earlier.
Yeah.
We did a little research.
Oh yeah, we did.
So the song came out in 1997. Soon after its release, there was a manager for the Rolling Stones, Alan Klein. They thought that it sounded like an old Rolling Stone song called "The Last Time."
Okay, let's see.
So they originally sued, saying that it like exceeded the licensing, blah blah blah. They sued in exchange for 50% of the royalty split. But like soon after that, they were like, "Nah, that's not even good enough. We're gonna sue again," and they took all royalties. So
That feels greedy.
the Verve never made any royalties for like 20 years on that song that they created, right? For
Dang.
20 years. But after Alan Klein, I think he passed away in 17 or 19. Keith Richards, Mick, they all gave back.
Okay,
they
good.
gave
I
the
was gonna
rights.
say,
They
my.
gave the rights to the Verve.
I mean, hey, Rolling Stone, you
Turn
done
that?
okay.
This is the song they saved.
Vaguely.
I can
vaguely,
kind of
Yeah, but like
very
every
vague.
single
Wait.
song, like when it
Yeah.
comes on the radio today, it's like, oh,
There's only so
that's
many
a
notes,
sample.
right?
Yeah.
There's only so many notes out there.
Yeah,
There's
right.
only so many.
All the pro
Here we
move
go.
by Klein, man.
Oh, pro move. Yeah.
That's a pro move.
I
Just
will
gonna
s-
steal
I-
yours.
I will say
Yeah,
this. One
shout
of
out
my,
to that guy.
One of
Throw that
my
up.
favorite things is like when a song starts and somebody thinks it's the new song.
Yeah.
It's like, no, this is like the original version that came out 20 years ago that they sampled off
Right.
of.
Yeah.
Those dang selfish Brits. That's why we declared our independence.
Hell
Coming
yeah.
up, Bo.
Happy birthday, America.
King
T-minus
George,
2 days.
you're fired.
This is, I mean, like Rolling Stones. This is a better song.
This is
This is a better song.
This is a great song. I don't really
This
listen
song-
to the Rolling Stones all that much. I do, but not like a lot.
I mean,
Not
this
like
song dumps on "The Last Time" by the Rolling Stones.
Yes.
Well, maybe not every Rolling Stones song, but
All right, let's do this. We'll take a break. When we come back, we're coming back with that song so we can hear it a little bit better as we close it out today with your questions. Ask the Bench inside the Bayou 4 chat, OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to allstartoyota.batonrouge.com. If you are buying a new vehicle, so many different options to choose from. The Sequoia, if you're looking for that full-size SUV, the Sienna minivan, you can get it murdered out. There's not any of those in town anymore. You can be one of one. If you want a midsize SUV, if you want a sedan, a hybrid, a truck, the Tundra, the Tacoma, so many options for you. Again, buying new, leasing, renting, per day rental prices. Call Miss Lisa Sessions today. All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge.
Yeah, in the market for a new car, a used car, maybe a lease is a better option for you. Go to their website, see which model works for you. Also, take your current car, start the resale value, see what it's worth. Start that process. See what your trade-in might be for a new car. Call them today. See how they can help you on Airline near Goodwood. AllStarToyotaBatonRouge.com.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Huh. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team color, team swag, and now your very own website. LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans. Sports on demand. In-depth coverage by sports writing pros with continuously updated news. And with the LouisianaSports.net newsletter, you get pinged directly with top trending stories. Best of all, now and always, no paywall. It's free. LouisianaSports.net. Powered by 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Your home for Louisiana sports.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
When it comes to industrial construction, River Parish Contractors can do it all. Mechanical, structural, custom fabrication, specialized welding, and turnaround services. Strategically located in between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, we have the local team with the experience and commitment to safety to manage the most complex industrial projects. Period. Here's the deal. Partnering with us means your project is delivered on time, on budget, and most important, safely. River Parish Contractors, let's get building.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks.
From players to legends, Hester and Flynn break down LSU football like only champions can.
All right, welcome back in. Ask the Bench.
We're probably making Rolling Stones rich right now.
I've been actually
No, we got the rules back. They got the rules back.
I've been thinking about
It's to the
switching
verb.
from Spotify to Apple Music. What are your reasons for why I should switch?
Me too.
I
I'm
love
thinking
Apple
the same
Music.
thing.
It's easy to make a
Goated.
playlist. It's easy to search a song.
Yeah.
It's just it's an app on the iPhone,
Yeah.
so the iPhone's going to do whatever they have to do to make it easy for me.
That's actually a really good point.
The shuffle, I feel like, is better than the Spotify one too.
Yeah, and the playlist it comes up with for me, like it just automatically
So
does
good.
it all the time. Like, hey, you've been listening to this genre over the last couple of months.
Yeah.
Try this out.
Spotify,
Spotify's great, but I
Spotify's
like Apple
not
Music.
great for a family account. Like, you know,
That's-
every,
so that's what I was gonna
every
say.
platform like
Yeah.
Netflix, Disney, like you turn it on and you can click what person's using it.
Yeah.
Not
Right.
here. You have to like create emails for your kids and
No.
sign them up. And nope,
Each,
it's
so
terrible.
you can on Apple you can have the family one, but each person has their own Apple
That's
Music.
That's what
it's like
I
a little.
want.
So that would
You
be
can do
my
that on
biggest
Spotify.
argument for Spotify.
It's just hard to do it. Like
yeah.
the interface
Apple
is not.
is so
great.
user friendly.
Yeah,
I
that's why
find
I like it.
Yes, I find that Spotify has too much stuff, and I get overwhelmed with it. Like I'm like, what are we doing? So
Ooh, I like this question. Ask the bench. Favorite movie that takes place in the summer?
Sandlot.
Sandlot. was
Sandlot's
Oh my
one.
gosh, that is so
Um,
so good.
yeah,
I mean,
Sandlot's
American
fine.
Pie.
Americano.
Yeah.
American Pie is
It's
Like
another.
yeah, very 4th of July movie. too.
Very actually, I might watch Sandlot.
Yeah.
Independence
days.
Day. That happened in the summer.
Yeah.
Had to.
We had to watch
I
that
can't
last
wait to
year.
watch it with commercial breaks for 4 hours this week.
Or it's gonna be on a lot. It's gonna be on a lot. Independence Day is borderline Christmas Story now. On 4th of July, it plays like
Oh,
all
for
the-
sure.
There was
It should.
there was a movie that came out in the late '80s. It was called Summer School, and it is like just peak '80s movie.
Yeah.
Like every '80s thing you can think of, like what you're thinking of, like stereotypical '80s movie comedy is that.
Hell yeah.
And it is awesome. I watch it at least once every year. I promise you'll like it. You'll find it. There'll be some nostalgia there. It's funny. Summer School, check it out.
Any kind of camp movie, like Camp Nowhere, Heavyweights, like
Yeah.
anything that
Oh,
happens.
Heavyweights.
Yeah, everything that happens. Summer camps. Heavyweights probably.
I mean, get on the
Probably
scale,
great.
get off the scale.
Get on the scale.
So
Get
good.
off the scale.
So good.
Call Me by Your Name. Is
Real
that a
quick,
song?
we got one more. Ask the bench. Do you say
Body
snowball or snow cone?
Snow cone.
Snow cone.
Snow cone, baby.
Cone is the goat.
Snow cone.
I don't know
Everybody
what
gets mad at me
snowball
when I
is.
say
It comes in a
snowball.
cone.
Snow
Throw
cone.
snowballs.
That's right. Snow cone.
Off the
Oh, man.
bench.
I like that we all agreed on that because I fight that good fight all the time.
Wait, Taylor
Not
didn't
Tay
agree.
Tay.
I said Snowball.
Yeah, but
That's
three's
the
bigger
wrong
than one.
answer.
Fair.
So, I
It's the
mean,
wrong answer, bud.
Wait,
Yeah.
1, 2. Yep, you're right.
Yeah, there we go. I enjoy a snow cone, but I really enjoy multiple Dos Equis.
You can put that on a snow cone, too. Just click, 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 click.
Turns into a slush beer, whatever. It's still going to be delicious. Right now, 4th of July coming up. I mean, you're going to be out by the pool. You're going to be at the beach. You're going to be by the grill. Go ahead and go for a dose and grab a couple ice cold Dos Equis to enjoy the downtime.
Yeah, grab a couple for you. Grab a couple for your friends, your family, everybody. Whether you like bottles, maybe you're by a pool, maybe by a beach. They got cans. They got everything you need. Go to your local liquor store, your grocery store, whatever it is. Go pick up some today. Start icing it down for those 4th of July hot dogs. Nothing goes down like a cold Dos Equis. Go for dose. Drink responsibly. Go for dose.
Flight by Yingling is raising the bar by crafting the next generation of light beer. With only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Flight by Yingling. Raise the bar.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Luba Workers Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused